GDQ Hotfix. Today we have more of It's Dangerous to Go Alone, the co-op celebrating co-op speedruns every other Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern. And today we have a jam-packed schedule of fun with animal friends. We're going to have KeyWe and It Takes Two awesome co-op games both released in 2021. Very excited for that. But before we get into it, I have a handful of announcements for you all. So, Flame Fatales just finished its most recent all-women speedrunning event, Flame Fatales. It was such a blast. We had a great time. To check out the playlist, go to youtube.com/gamesdonequick and you can check out all the incredible speedruns that happened last week. Furthermore, you can also go check out Games Done Quick on Instagram at Games Done Quick to get bite-sized clips from the Flame Fatales marathons and also Hotfix. All right, so I think we're ready to jump into our first game for today with some cute, adorable little birds and the experts of KeyWe here. We have Nikasaur and Alacat. How are y'all doing?
Fantastic, thank you. It's bright and early. Well, it's not actually bright yet. It's still dark out there. But it's all worth it for a chance to show this game off.
Yeah. And speaking of experts, we are joined on the mic by Bowden, the current world record holder, who is, you might think we're showing off co-op games, but Bowden currently holds the world record across both multiplayer and single player category by playing both KeyWes at once. Hi, Bowden.
I'm glad we're showing off multiplayer here because I've heard single player is a little bit too dangerous.
And also Lithify, who has been mostly ILing and I'm sure has smoked most of our times with his speedrunning partner, Kurtel.
Hi, it's good to be here. Thank you for having me along. Really excited to see this run and obviously bring a bit of the multiplayer, slightly different knowledge there as well. But glad to have Bowden with me. Wonderful player.
Thank you.
Cool.
Yeah, and it will be
absolutely.
relying on
This
you
is gonna
to
be so
cover
much fun.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everyone's ready. Time for this game starts. We start the real-time timer when we press go on this, so we'll do a countdown for that. In-game time is what we use for the leaderboard, so the guys on the voice chat are going to be tracking that. But other than that, everyone's ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Nico?
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, we'll be going in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good
Good
luck.
luck, guys.
Good luck.
Thank you.
So this first level is quite exciting actually, because there are 6 different iterations you can get in this, and there's 4 that are really good. There's a specific 3 you want. This is actually one of the first phrases, which is really good. And it's probably my most beloved level, I think, being the first out the gate. Because Bowden and then Gerta and myself have a very long relationship swapping back the world records backwards and forwards. And this is actually the second phrase here is also one of the best for a
This is the fastest one yet.
Absolutely blessed RNG so far.
Ooh, add another good one. This is actually a great time here off the bat.
You can't ask for anything better than this, really. I think the only thing you would ask for is instead of puppet show, you'd want the bonnets phrase. But it's still really, really good. It's about half a second difference in my experience.
Yeah, probably something around that. And I assume this is going to be like a 53, 54 maybe.
Oh, no, not for us.
We're not that
So, yeah.
I didn't say anything. Say anything.
Well, we hold the world record for the full run. I did mention that these guys do a lot of ILing, so they've definitely trimmed the times down. If we add up all of the sum of world records, I think it's about 6 minutes faster than the current full run world record.
Oops.
So definitely lots of time to be saved.
I got look.
From a very high level perspective, if you had to sum up this game in like a few sentences, what is the crux of what this game is about for anyone who hasn't seen it at all?
I'll let you weigh on that first.
Well, I guess
think.
the plot.
Oh, I mean, yeah, like it's you've got this weird Rube Goldberg post office. It's like a Macromedia Flash game from the late '90s come to life. Like back when it actually was called Macromedia Flash.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
And
pretty cool.
It really does feel like that, and I like your description of like the Rube Goldberg
I got mine.
post office. It's beautiful, and also this game is super cute, and I love the art style I think
Yeah.
it's very, very nice.
Yeah, it's very bright and fun. Yeah, so we're working as, post office employees in a post office that's just really too big for us. I got to
Yeah.
And the residents of this place, they want us to send letters. Just need get,
Yeah.
I think.
Parcels as
It's
well.
here. Yep.
Yes.
And we've got to do it through 3 seasons as well. You guys focus on it. I'll
Yeah,
want to
sure,
run with it
yeah.
a little bit. So we've got summer that we're in now, and we've got 3 seasons. We don't do spring because that's for cleaning. That's a cleaning month, so we forget about that. We focus on summer, fall, and then winter, and we've got 12 levels in each. They're broken up into similar little mini games. You'll see different little twists on them as we go through the seasons, a little bit themed on it, and we'll get a bit more difficult progressively as we go through from summer through fall, and then the hardest levels and the more unique levels as well when we come to winter. Slightly. So obviously, we've got another type of level here, which is parcel level, and this is one of our 2 levels where we have fixed RNG as well. So we do a full run in KeyWe on a fresh save. So you'll see that there'll be a bit of pre-knowledge here going into it. So the pathing is, as good as you can get it, and it's more a technical expression of how well you can perform this to get it down in run. And it's really, really, really fun level to grind, I would say, on ILs.
Shout out to you and Gertau for basically solving this level.
We couldn't have done it without you guys finding out the fixed RNG firstly, and then coming up with
I
a lot
think
of the
that was a
strategy.
discovery by Luticor. Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Another solo runner. Yeah. Like people,
The OG.
it's like we've done like so many runs, and you go. It's at the start of the run, so you don't realize it.
This is a really familiar set of things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Luticor, who's the original solo runner.
Yeah, he
he
really,
stopped with
Proof that you
motivated
can absolutely
me.
just compete with multiplayer.
Definitely.
Ichabod's the tier 1.
I think he had to stop for a little bit with a bit of carpal tunnel issue. So please, Bowden, look after yourself.
I assure you, I'm doing my best to stay healthy while playing solo, and I'm taking a lot of breaks. Taking a
Brilliant,
break
that's
right now,
awesome.
actually.
I'll go right, Bill.
Then obviously we're on to another sort of parcel level, but it's a bit mixed. So this is where you'll see a lot of how the multiplayer splits up. Obviously, Bowden's got the advantage in some way of having to do everything himself. So he doesn't like cross-purpose everything, but he's got to manage all the different
That's always a problem,
responsibilities.
but, Pat's the stripy one.
Oh,
Big stripe.
right.
Big stripe. No, wrong one.
But here we've got the issue of co-op,
Sorry.
where you can get in each other's ways like this and have a bit of
I
cross
thought I
communication.
had Ivan, but you already had it.
I took him off the carousel and left him, so you weren't going to see it. Yeah.
But here's the really real benefit of co-op as well, is you can sort of like split up responsibilities a lot. And I know that's something that Kurt and I do, is we do a really hard split of it between one of us doing parcels, one of us focus on the letters. I know something you guys are much better at than we are, I think, is sort of swapping over those responsibilities a little bit and jumping in, helping each other,
Owen
which is
and
really
Cheddar.
good.
Yeah. I see in. Look for my.
God,
I mean, if nothing else, it's an excuse for us to sort of to try and blame the other one when something goes wrong. I thought
Always.
you were
That's
taking
very
care of that.
important. That's a critical strategy
Yeah,
in
division
co-op
of blame.
speedruns, is
Yeah,
blaming
taking the
your
blame
co-op
is-
partner. Come on.
yeah.
I found Ace just got
Okay,
shifted.
pretty.
Move it. They picked it
Oh,
up.
it's on the player.
Okay, no worries.
Cool. So yeah, we've started getting some gimmicks in the levels.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
male
this
flies
is-
are helping. Big air quotes on that.
Yeah. So in
Sometimes
this
they're
one,
helping.
yeah, we're constructing the phrases from the fragments. We have to then toast the letter. Oh, come on, male flies.
I thought we were closer than that.
I got one. And then we have to take it to the delivery agent, who is a cassowary, and we have to buckle them in.
And Finn, although you'll see a lot of the phrases there that tell a little bit of story throughout the time, that last one there, Gullible Investors Wanted, there are no NFTs in KeyWe. We have been saved of that dubious honour. But you have to watch out as well, because the game will tell a story through a lot of the messages. So if you're playing this casually, it's really, really nice to follow along. because you'll see the same sort of names in certain locations based around the post office here that actually receive different letters and parcels at different times throughout the fictional year, the summer, the fall, and the winter. And it can just give that nice little bit of interest when you're playing through, casually to keep track of that and just point out names and go, oh, I know that reference to something back earlier. So
my favourite continuity thing is looking for chess partner, and then later there's rook takes bishop, like they're playing the game over the letters. Yeah.
And that must be a very slow game at the rate that stuff gets done in this post office.
Yes.
Very patient.
Yeah. So you'll notice in this level that we're not typing out the letters that are shown on the big screen.
Or not all of them.
And maybe Bowden can explain what's going on.
Well, so the gimmick of this level is basically that, a lot of the letters are changed, and to the left and the right of the screen it says to what they're changed. But what's special about this one is that the sentences you get are also preset from a fresh save. The first and the last one are actually really good, but the one in the middle is by far the slowest sentence you can get on this level. So ILs are actually, faster without the presets. I mean, you can do them faster probably. I don't think there's really been a lot of time put into that, but yeah.
I think the current IL record is it does just go from ILing. It does use the regular RNG.
Oh, I think that is
it does.
on the multi, I think. But I think isn't Bowden, isn't your record? So I know your record's faster. Don't you use separate phrases?
I did use, I tried to reset for it a little bit and got pretty good sentences and immediately beat my best, fresh save time. So it's probably pretty easy to beat if you put a lot of time into it, or a little bit of time into it.
I think we didn't explain this one too much, but the pieces of this is we have to see that when the letters come out, they actually say things on them about I need this parcel sent. I can get the urgent.
Oh yes, I'm already here.
Yep, that's cool. I need this parcel sent to a place. It sort of describes what's in the parcel.
And you have to guess a little bit about exactly which of the four content labels you have to use.
Yeah, so it's a dumbbell, so maybe it's heavy, or we really need to get this fine that you've got for your parking fees, to you fast. So that must be urgent.
Yeah.
So we need to then label it appropriately, push the parcel into the box, and get it sent either north or south. And that's based on just the postcode.
Right, get that one pushed as soon as you can.
Oh, the south.
I got the south.
Nice, thank you. So in this one we've got some plants. Yep.
They, the places where the flowers appear is where the plants are going to try to grab your parcel, and then you have to free it with both of your birds, which takes up a lot of time. So at the start of the level, the flowers always appear in both spots immediately, so you have to try to be wary of that and pick them off immediately. And everything afterwards is pretty much random, so you'll just have to get lucky.
Oh, good.
My bad.
No, you need to deliver the south.
Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry. My bad.
You just do your letter.
Okay, yes, thank you.
Here we see trouble in paradise has arrived.
Right? Come on.
Do your work, KeyWe. We're not paying you to... stop.
Yeah,
no.
no.
The flower. Yeah, nice, sweet. We're not paying you to...
Yeah, good work. You take over on left?
Yep, we can do that. So the cool thing here when you watch a solo runner like Bowden do this, I don't know how much you try and avoid crossing the streams now, but you do these awesome pass-offs between the left and right KeyWe.
Yeah, it took a lot of routing to try to, get that into your brain, but at some point it just feels like, using both of your arms to do stuff, and you don't cross over your arms to do things on the other side, you pass it over.
It's funny you
It's
should
like
say that.
that.
I was trying to describe to someone what it's like for a solo player because I tried and I find it impossible. It's like the thing you used to do when you were a kid where
Yeah.
you sort of tap your head and rub your belly at the same time. And it feels like it's that sort of difficulty.
Oh, how about that
doing
thing where
this.
It's
you...
not that bad.
Just get now.
Okay, got it. Where you intertwine your fingers and then your brain is like...
Yeah, you turn him out in. Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah, if someone taps one of them, they're like, now lift the finger that I tapped. And I don't have anything useful up here.
Look for walk. We've got
Okay.
everything else.
Oh. Okay, thank you. You've been carrying this one.
You carried the first one.
Oh my gosh, this
Oh,
stuff.
no.
So the gimmick here
Yeah.
is no sandstorms.
Yeah,
Two
that's
different
the
kinds of
gimmick.
sandstorms. 2, 1.
Oh, that's painful.
Yeah.
It's the first of our like weather interferences that we're getting as it's getting deep into summer. There's a sandstorm whipped up here, which is RNG
my
as well. It's not on the
goodness.
set path. Oh, this has been horrible. It's not on a
it's
set
fine.
path. It can interrupt obviously where you're putting all of your little parts of your phrases, and like you've seen here, where it's stopped you getting the letters down even when you've got them. You can get caught in them for quite a while. It's very frustrating.
The one concession is that if you put letter fragments on that little scrolling thing, then they don't get picked up by the sandstorm.
So, yeah, I actually stashed one at the very start. Then you got to a different cycle.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
yeah, speaking of sand,
Yes.
there's a lot of it in this one.
There's another bit of RNG telegraphing in this level too.
This is good.
In
This
the-
looks good.
Yes,
This is good.
Great.
Yeah,
Like-
Bowden worked this one out, so
Yeah.
if you want to explain
So, as
label,
usual
what
in
you've
these
done.
levels for summer, you have to send out 3 packages. But since there's no dispensers for the stickers, they only lay out 4 of them somewhere around the level in 4 spots. And
Take over that.
since we know what, which
that's-
item gets which sticker and which item goes where, we know there's only one item that's fragile. And since, in this case, we see there's 2 fragile stickers on screen, we immediately know the other 2 stickers that aren't fragile are going to be used, plus one of the fragile stickers.
And amusing. God, yeah.
Yeah, the key
Yeah.
the key part that Bowden worked out is that there's always one fragile that's a decoy.
And
One of
that
the fragiles.
And if only one fragile sticker spawns, it's always a decoy.
Yeah.
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 The other 3 are, fragile is not very, the game doesn't like fragile items, I guess. Just doesn't want them to be sent out.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're gonna have to untangle that one for me.
I have concerns. Oh yeah, that's fine. Cool.
Ooh.
Okay, we're good.
So I'm hoping we see some new tech which was found out on this level.
I don't think we can
I
get
think
the names.
I don't think it's on the
I
names.
didn't see the
yet.
names. Yeah.
There's no
Oh, that's a
Shumei,
shame.
no.
No.
Yeah, so
Oh, that's
most of this
unfortunate.
run is like, it's called any %, but there's very few exploits or glitches that we use.
This level is home to one of the very few
Yeah.
that we are not going to experience.
Yeah, like there's a lot of different RNG in this run of various different kinds. And maybe quickly we can just explain what that exploit would have been.
Yeah, sure. So
Yeah.
with
Oh, no.
there's 6 sets of names here. On one of them, they both come with 2 letters that they were picking out at the top there and putting into the right-hand machine at the bottom to shoot into the blimps. And there's one set of names that comes with 2 matching green ones that need to be shot into the green blimp. But if you shoot just one in and leave the other in the machine, the bell will still trigger for you to depress to actually end that segment of the level. So you only have to do half that little bit. So it saves you about a second and a half, maybe, I think, tops on that. It's a small thing, but it can help a lot, especially when you're grinding the level.
And we're
I'm
on
gonna
to
change
the
the route
last
on this
level
one.
of summer.
Yeah.
We've already
Yeah,
done
so-
11.
In this one, the vines are back again. they're not usually too bad. The worst thing they can do to you is hold down the shift key. Because that comes out pretty fast, so even if you spot it sometimes...
It's too late and you've already put something in.
No, the worst thing they can do is actually that.
Yeah, but the difference is, unlike the shift you can't do anything about, this one you can stop just by being good.
Yeah, which, that's fine.
I think the best part about these where you have to spell out things is y'all are so used to the silliness that is on there that you're just like, it's saying stuff. And I'm looking at this and I'm just like, what are they talking about? What are they asking us to say? All of the sentences are hilarious.
Yes.
Yeah, there are some very nice little jokes in there.
Yeah.
It's so good. I'm like looking at this like, this is great. I love the humor of this game too.
Yeah, and it's a little animal world as well, like, because you can see, like, the elephant wants really big glasses in one of them, or like people, there's a little bit of continuity on Yetis.
Yeah, weirdly enough.
Yeah, like someone's like found a really huge footprint and it's like Yetis might be real. Yeah. All right, we've hit autumn, or fall as the game calls it.
Yeah,
As
and
is fragile perishable.
for the parcel levels here,
Yes.
there's 2 stickers that have to be put on every package now, and also you have to deliver 4 to finish the level, which, since this is basically the norm now on fall for every level, it stretches out the level length a lot, and, you just end up with longer times for fall, but that doesn't mean these aren't still blazing fast times. Especially this level can be finished
It was right.
really quickly.
Heck, I gambled and I didn't trust myself.
You didn't trust yourself, it's a shame, but then you saw something really, really nice
trusted
where I think it was Nico was pushing the package along the conveyor belt there just to speed it up rather than leaving it going by itself, and left it just before the end. So when he went down to move the lever to the north or south where the package needs to go into one of the locations, I'll talk about that in the map in a second, just let the natural movement of the conveyor belt move it in, which was really nicely timed. That was really good. So with these parcel, it was fantastic. Like, you shouldn't like that.
Oh no! That one worked fine. I'm usually
Maybe
way
not
too
usual.
aggressive in leaving it too long. I'm like, it'll be fine, and then we sit and wait a second, 2 seconds for it to go.
Yeah, it's funny the places that you can lose times in run. Yeah.
Yeah, so with these parcel levels as well, you'll see there was a map down the bottom left. So it had the codes and it had like 5 locations. So the parcels can go to any of these 5 locations, and they've each got a code associated with them. So you'll see you have to type out this 4-digit code that matches the parcel. So what you won't see is for very long on the speedrun here, but you will in the casual game, is whenever a new parcel comes along, the letter will open up and it will give you clues as to what stickers and also a location it needs to go. So that's how you go about it.
Cool.
But we just know them by sight. So Alicat and Nikastar know them by sight. They know where it needs to go. They don't need to reference the map or anything.
I find it quite handy when the parcel comes up, like the suburb or the place that it's going is like highlighted with a colour. I find that
Mine's
really
not right.
Okay.
Got it.
I don't know when we. Oh yeah, I'm just going to chop both first. So yeah, we have a chopper now. So we don't have the word fragments we need. So we're going to make them. Ink Sweller.
Thank you.
Yeah, this chopping up business can get a little annoying, since for a lot of the words you have to chop up other words, and then there's pieces of those words that you don't need, but they're still on the chopper and you have to put them somewhere, and then they can sometimes just end up in the way and slow you down significantly.
I think this is a good time to mention that the game actually has multiple language support. So you can play these puzzles in different languages, and those languages actually have different.
Always right there.
I'm looking for in.
Oh, you still haven't gone in. Sorry.
Got it. It's orange on orange.
Cool.
So yeah, the puzzles in different languages sort of have different attributes, and we sort of found that in Italian, these chopping levels, often you get given like a piece to chop, and then the pieces go on in order. So if you're fluent in Italian, yeah, I feel like if you're fluent in Italian, then that's actually the optimal language for these letters, for these levels. Letters for
Let's get started.
that, yeah. So we actually have, I think, for one of the chopper levels, even though we don't speak Italian, we have managed to set an IO. Just because it's like has nice attributes. But yeah, I think if you have a working knowledge of the language, it really helps because you actually know sort of like patterns.
It's easy to remember things.
Yeah. So definitely would be keen to see some Italian speedrunners jump on.
That's
and
so
do that.
cool.
Yeah.
That's like the epitome of like, oh, we run this game in Japanese because it's faster. It's like, oh, we do these puzzles in Italian because they're just better set up for us. I love that.
Yeah, there's a couple languages I think that actually have, different. Some of them are just subtitled and you still spell out the English word, but for a lot of levels, they changed all of the sentences. They localized them, but sometimes they're shorter, sometimes they're longer, and there's actually some levels like this where you type letters out where. Theoretically, there's languages with sentences that are shorter on average, which, if you were so inclined to get your IL time as low as possible, you could switch languages for every level to get a better time on average, but
Oops. E. How to spell. See, that's why I like playing in a language that isn't your own.
Oh, I should have let you pick that up.
No, that's fine.
Instead of making you do the whole hike all the way.
The routing, the routing for this one gets interesting because you can see that the keyboard is now
Come
flipping.
alive.
Yeah. I don't know what causes this, but...
Oh, I'm sorry. I got
Yeah.
impatient.
Oh,
under me.
unlucky.
But-
Yeah, all through summer it was like a fixed QWERTY keyboard. Obviously, it's all split up, but you can see if you
Yes.
sort of piece it back together, it becomes QWERTY.
R is top
and
bit.
it's still the same layout now in
that's a bit
full.
sucky.
But yeah, like Alex just said,
Right.
you see the letters are all over the place. They'll start switching, so from one side to the other, returned. And it can be so frustrating if you're running to one corner where the letter is, and then it swaps and it goes to the exact opposite side, and then you have to run over or like your partner has to run over there as well. You can lose so much time to that just on poor timing of the swaps. But yeah, that's part of the fun of it, I suppose.
Yeah,
is getting the good RNG from it. That's part of the excitement, and it really makes every single time you do one of these levels so much different. And I think it keeps it really engaging, actually. And when it's good RNG, it makes it very exciting.
Tina is the blue one.
Okay,
On
left.
right.
On right. Oh, okay. I believe you.
Oh no, sorry. Mike is on the left somewhere.
Yeah. Okay, I'll just hit the left bell and you can get...
Got Mike.
I can almost read it at this distance. You actually can
It
read
was blue
the...
on the Tina one. It was the blue and tan stripy one.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so another advantage that a solo runner would have with this game is that not having to sit as far back from the screen. They can read these letters on the little spinny carousel things without...
haven't seen Fenton.
I think it might be this green one. We'll find out. Okay, good.
Yeah, we operate with like an 80% confidence, whereas if you're at point blank range, you can pretty much just read the far out zoomed out ones.
whoops.
My bad.
No, yeah.
I mean, you still have to kind of
I'll get this
lean
across.
in pretty
Yeah.
far,
Oh,
but
no, okay.
a lot of the names you can kind of just figure out by shape and length.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
We got all the outs. Yeah, cool.
And that gets a bit easier as you go on, because right now, for the early levels and the medium levels, you've actually got some decoy letters that no one ever picks up. So like the Penny and Boo there, the Mama Someweek you might have seen earlier, no one ever comes for those, they just get abandoned.
Well,
But once you get to the later levels, every letter that appears is a letter that will get picked up.
yeah. Okay. I got 2 minutes.
And here's another level. with
We're
a
losing you a
chopper
bit to
and-
robot.
Now
robot
we
in us,
can't
Bowden.
see the
It's-
letters all the time
You're
anymore.
fitting in
so-
with spy theme.
we have to do a lot of room
Carefully planned and done.
Oh,
It's beautiful.
You're
You can-
perfectly timed. Can you decipher what Bowden's trying to hide? Oh no, it's fine. You're better now. Perfect.
Yay!
I'm just snipping ferret now. Oh, there's second.
Also,
Joys of live
I'll bring it, I'll bring
production.
All right, cool.
one
Yeah,
death as well as
I took off my
plummets
disguise.
into the
I
beyond.
just was too keen to get
Shake is
through.
top right. I haven't seen hand.
Okay,
Oh, got it. Yeah.
nice, thank you.
I think it's probably a good time to mention as well about what we do with the cosmetics to distinguish the two Kiwis
Yes,
as well.
yes.
So,
Oh yeah, we didn't actually explain which Kiri was
Yeah.
which.
Yes. So
Ali is player
Abhijit-
1 in rainbow.
It's done.
Oh, sorry, go for it.
And then Nico, you're using the base, I think, for KeyWe, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
it's the standard skin for player 2.
This
And
guys
there
as
are
well.
cosmetics that you can unlock through this, but you don't have to pay. It's just part of the game. There's a system that you'll see as well at the end of every level. These guys are getting golds every time, so they're getting 10 stamps for every completion of a level. And then you can spend these stamps in the in-game store to unlock skins. So it's everything from hats, backpacks, different skins like here. But this is really good because you start off with this, the Rainbow KeyWe as base when you do a fresh save. So that's why we use it.
Yeah.
It's an easy way to distinguish between the two.
And then my Kiwi matches my hoodie. Because rainbow
Yeah,
ring.
sadly, the most important skin element isn't base.
The arms, yes.
Yes,
Birds with
you
arms.
can't get the
yes.
arms.
Like rock
T-Rex arms. Tiny little T-Rex arms or big birdy arms, like you're some sort of strong weightlifter or
Speaking-
something.
Yeah. Speaking of RNG,
Oh gosh, yes.
roll dice to see how many dice you roll.
Oh no.
That's you.
Starting with an overcharge is not
Eyes
a
yours.
good sign.
And then
Right,
IS.
the double jump.
NG,
Yeah, this is
yeah.
awful. This is absolutely cursed.
So
This does not
So-
look safe. This looks
So this
terrifying.
level-
There's sparks everywhere. Oh goodness.
yeah, just don't touch them
Oh
with
gosh,
the
this
wrong
is
word and
terrible.
you'll be
I'm
fine.
trying.
Bottom right.
But
That was
but
slightly
yeah,
better.
so
RE, still you.
Oh
for
no,
this
R
level
is yours.
Yep.
three,
P's
I
yours.
think, yeah, three different things
He's top
you
mid.
can get,
Thank
which
you.
is
He is still bottom
It's got
right.
it swapped.
this
okay.
right here, overcharged, and then there's also the one where you can't see what you're typing, and double input. There we go.
And
This
you
one's
always
nice because you just see.
Yeah, this one's great for anyone who's dyslexic out there because you don't actually have to spell a phrase. You just run
Yes.
whatever's lit up and just bonk down your KeyWe on it as fast as you can.
Except for the times where there's a
Yeah, sometimes
Bug.
there's the visual bug where it only displays on one of the
Oh.
two keys that you need to hit.
yes. Or for some reason it highlights the wrong one.
Yes, sometimes.
Where we've done Italian and we're like, what are we going for?
we don't actually, you know. Oh, sorry,
Oh,
delete please.
I'm deleting.
And you've got the C.
Okay. Oh, that's not what we are up to. AC.
Oh, pardon me.
Yep. The gimmick of it actually tripping us up.
T, you get the E. Oh,
Okay,
Game.
bottom left.
There we go. That was the letter flipping. Just as they went to
Get
press
L
down on that,
offside.
it
Got it.
flipped, put the wrong input. It's one of those things that happens on this sort of level from
Okay.
here on out.
right.
E's
Go for
left
E,
side.
you get A.
Yeah. Excellent.
So
Cool.
you always get one of each of them, and now you get one of them repeated.
Double input.
Thank goodness.
Nice.
Basically, you just don't want it to be overcharged. Double input's
Yeah.
faster than hidden, but not much faster.
This is a good phrase
Honestly-
for double input as well.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I think hidden, like for me personally, hidden is faster. But I don't know if that's just a solo thing. It's, I don't know. I think in general, it's just slower to have to, both run sometimes to opposite sides of the screen, and
Yeah,
then
that's
it switches, and then one of them has to go over, and the other one can't hit the letter they're standing
I
on for like a
Yeah.
couple seconds.
Yeah. I always underestimate.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say is that phrase is perfect for double input because every single time it's an even amount, so it's the exact you're utilising both KeyWes perfectly. So I think that particular phrase is still probably slightly faster, but I think every other phrase you're right on. It is quicker to do it. Just the hidden
yours.
one.
But yeah, there's been a lot of rain, and the basement's flooded. We're hoping that these packages are salvageable. Personally, I don't give them good odds. But
You mean you don't
Hotfix,
regularly just waterproof
very
your
much an
packages?
That was impressive just now. You
They
used
definitely look cardboardy.
you
Yeah,
use
sorry,
that,
go, brother.
you use that basket that the letter takes off to the heavens, and you can stand in it with your KeyWe and then get launched up. If you hold like in one direction for too long, you can end up out of bounds.
yeah, fortunately,
And
the
then
game
you
will
fall.
just treat it as a. I think it just treats it as a death, doesn't it? You
No,
just
I don't think
fall.
it's
Yeah,
I think you have to
no.
wait for it to fall.
You can
You can
wait
get
for it to
behind.
fall, but you can actually stand on like a little bit of the floor extending behind the wall outside.
Oh, yeah, nice. It happens sometimes in one of the mini games, which we're not going to show off. But yeah, there's a spot in what's it called? The sorting room.
Oh, really? I don't remember that.
So you can just stand.
Oh, right on the very top of the
yeah, it's
the
just like
inboxes.
outside the level. It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
like you don't want to be there. 'Cause
no.
Yeah,
All
I've
right.
spent so much time playing
So
Sonic.
this, for the first time, like, okay, we're always printing out the same labels. So we've been given for a single level the ability to just grab the labels that we want.
We will never see these again.
Incredible. I love one-off mechanics. My favorite.
Is there another?
And we'll never have these jetpacks again, but we have to remember,
Aw, the
KeyWes
jetpacks are
can't
so
fly.
cute.
Yeah, KeyWes can't fly, but at the moment they can.
For one level, and then it's Halloween, and then I can't fly anymore.
But we will see the
I had
return of
absolutely
this.
first time here.
Oh no.
Yeah.
We will see the return of this flying contraption that they're using to put the lids on the boxes for the parcels, though. That will make a repeat appearance. I keep keep an eye out for that
Oh,
one.
no, the
I'm
word.
so sorry.
Oh.
Okay, I might be able to get to you. There we go.
We have a love-hate relationship with the hover crane.
Yeah, it can be pretty finicky. The controls feel very, I don't know, washy to me.
There's a lot of
The
inertia.
solo player, yes, they have inertia. But yes,
So each lever controls a different axis. So normally Ali goes on the right side
Fine, you
and
can
has
let go.
the vertical
Let go.
control, and I go on the left side for horizontal, and we just mixed it up that time.
well, because you were holding the label, so it actually made sense. in
Yeah,
that
yeah,
case,
actually.
yeah.
Oh, I wanted a heavy, but
This one has a bit of RNG meta knowledge. Because we got given all the postcodes in advance, we can sort of take a guess at
where they're biased.
where they're going to go. We do know that all of the Belby ones, so the 4162s, are all heavy.
As is the only one for painted cliffs, the
So
64-3.
so we had a bit of knowledge there to lean on. And we referenced like the puzzles and the RNG elements a lot. I have a cheat sheet off to the side. We generally have a lot of this memorized, but it's helpful sometimes to reference. And you can, if you're interested in getting into speedrunning this game, you can look up that cheat sheet yourself. I think it's linked from our SRC page.
It is, yeah.
It's very helpful to get started.
I always have it up on the second screen anyway, just in a run. I need it, especially in winter. I would be lost without it, honestly.
I stopped having it up after a while because I just kept looking over there instead of playing the game when I pretty
Go
much knew everything already. But
Yeah.
you kind of want to double check a lot, and it can end up losing your time.
Yeah. So we're at the KeyWe version of Halloween now. Obviously that's coming up soon anyway, just in under 2 months, real life. But you'll see the cassowaries have all dressed up in their Wicketide costumes. They're trying to fool us. There we are, there's one with a box on its head. And they're begging for some candy to go along, otherwise they're going to be very naughty. And they're going to be pressing that little Z key in front, which we don't use in any phrase on this level. So if you leave them for too long without satisfying their need for delicious candy, they are going to interfere with you.
That's beautiful. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
Little fun fact
Oh,
about
sorry.
the 2 keys they have there. The Q key
got
actually
confused
also
by-
inputs a Z.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
does it?
Ooh.
It does.
'Cause I
I've
was-
tried it
I'm trying
out.
to find the-
I was about to say, if you get the backspace, I'll get the R.
I tried it out because I was playing German, and you actually need a Z in
Yes.
German.
I was thinking as well, yeah, that
Oh,
maybe
wow.
one of the Italian phrases uses a Q, so I was like, yeah. Yeah, actually, while we're talking about those keys that are in pairs, something that helps us as, the keys flip randomly is they're not like completely random in a lot of the levels. They sort of mix up into reliable-ish places. All right, this one's quite a novel level.
Yeah, one of a kind, really. So, we are essentially operating a ghost train. Do they call them ghost trains in other places?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's American.
Yeah, I think so.
Like,
I don't know. We have an American on the
We
call.
don't not call it that, you know? This is so
Yes.
cute. I love that how we go through the different seasons and everything just visually matches that. This is so cute.
Well, we have Zoe, our very helpful post office resident octopus here, and this is actually her nieces and nephews that we're sending on this fun little ride to keep them entertained in Wicketides. You'll see them in the little barrels there. There's a couple of octopi
Oh,
sitting around, so they're getting a nice little treat, a nice little ride.
Sorry.
I don't think I rounded that one very
adorable.
well.
I think I slowed down your side as well. But hey, sub one. It's
Yeah.
fine.
So that
then-
one only has 2 configurations, and we got the fast one. There's about a 5-second difference or so
Yeah.
between the times you can expect between the fast and the slow one.
Yeah.
So it was nice, just a free time save there.
Cool. Cassa's scary.
So scary.
Oh,
Good luck.
probably. I mean, for me, the mechanically most difficult level in the entire game. It's just really hard to stay on top of both keys for this. But yeah, you can fall into
Stairs far left.
the ectoplasm or
Oh, no,
whatever that is, and
I'm just looking
you'll get
for
teleported back
a
up instead of
frick.
getting a full death where you parachute down from the top and lose a bunch of
I see
time.
Ran, I'm on it.
Okay, I'll just move these ones. Yeah, and the forgiving part is that you get respawned onto the stage pretty, close to where you fell off. But
Yeah,
Sort of.
sometimes it doesn't really work, but you get respawned somewhere.
yeah. And it's deceptive. It's like, oh, death is cheap, but actually, you can lose a lot of time just falling off, especially if you get stubborn about your jump
Yeah.
and just keep trying the same thing over and over again. I got heard an A far left.
Don't call me out like that.
Just is
Like,
already
I do that too often.
No, that's me. I will just get A, but Just is also there, so we're good.
There's also a fun little thing here, which we're not going to see with any of the ones, but if you look at the chest down the bottom right between
tall is top mid?
where the toaster
My bad.
the toaster is for sending it and the cutter
come.
as well.
Okay.
If you stash little pieces there, they can actually get picked up by the
Yes.
floating chest, and it can start stacking a lot of different letters and phrases on there.
But there's a chance we'll see that
You can
because
have a bit
I
of
do like the
non-Euclidean
stack thing.
geometry
I mean,
for
I
that.
like how this Ibble here is straight facing upwards. Like that's
Yeah,
I'm gonna move. Oh yeah, we need B.
yeah. I'm just gonna snip something unrelated because I can't see.
I've already done
Oh, I've got a
mine.
Boon. Oh, we run, or rather,
Boon's
yeah.
on the left.
You've done Moan, right.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't
My bad.
talk about it. I'm just gonna move other pieces because I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay, we've got everything we need.
Excellent. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a little moment there. We talked about how sort of death being cheap is a bit misleading. I just sort of took like four quick little deaths in a row and cost almost as much time as you'd lose, from a single regular death.
And it's
Oh,
I think
yeah,
it's
good.
I think it's good to call out for people that haven't played this, just seeing this for the first time as well. So you might think in a situation like that where one person has to go pick up the little cassette to put in the player, the other one waiting on top is a bit of a time waste. But you can't actually put any of the letter pieces on the letter until you've submitted and pressed play on the phrase on top of the cassette machine, and that goes for all the levels that are set up like this. So even back to the summer ones where it's really simple and you've only got, say, 5 little pieces to put on, you can't just get ahead of yourself. You actually still have to go through that whole motion. So it is a little bit of a limiter on how best you can pack.
This is another cool spin on the usual delivery thing. The shipping floor's gotten kind of ghostly. And if you've had sharp eyes, you will have noticed that we've been printing out the same postcodes up until this point. But this time the postcodes are actually different because we're sending to places from the past, maybe?
Somewhere else.
Yeah, sometime, somewhere else, you know. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll be fine. You just made
I'll
that solo.
do this. So the other thing we have to do is we have to take a key item to them to make them tangible.
And they also provide
and-
different environmental issues as well. Like you saw there with the balloons there when we had the Jack in the Box. My favourite one is if you get the anchor as well, because then you get water flood the stage, which is really quite fun.
Yeah, you get
the
this big
good-
horn that sounds.
The good part about the anchor as well is you can pretty much immediately
Heavy?
hear that it's the anchor because of
Yeah,
the
Yeah.
loud
horn is delightful.
noise.
That heavenly noise.
Yeah, it saves a little
some
time.
other quirks. Yeah, with this level, we didn't engage with it at all. But to find out the postcodes for this one, it's actually really fun. Casually, you have to use this Ouija board
The
thing.
little magnifying glass that reveals the
where
invisible postcodes.
you have to put both KeyWes onto the control thing and then just check what all the postcodes are. That's really fun. But because they're the same every run, we don't have to do that part. We don't have to engage with it.
For that level, they are unique. They're different.
Yeah. So
You might have already
have-
said that.
yeah.
That was a really
the
good
other-
time, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh.
The other interesting thing about that one is the in-game timer doesn't actually start until you light the candle, which is
Yes, we run that one on an honor system. Paler Hornsby's on the right side.
I have not done the puzzle that I thought I had.
Yeah, I think we basically had
I've got-
a separate judgment
I
for
think
that
I've already
particular
done
level. Because the level doesn't start until you light the candle.
We got Phil Bean.
You could effectively try and cheese it if you're doing IL by just stacking everything and putting a load of pre-labeling everything and just having it all over. So we had to sort of rule that out because you could basically save 30, 40 seconds of
sorry.
the run.
Stuff this up.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't
We've
even
got to
need to.
find
Yeah,
Jennifer
yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh yeah, because I could have delivered. I made that mistake one time of thinking that something's in the way, but if you deliver it,
Yeah, you deliver the south.
get that out of the way.
Yeah.
It's Phil Bean.
That makes sense. I love how
Get the one
the
out.
Yeah.
core gameplay of this is the same across things, but the strategy is so different depending on what you need to do, and I love
Yes.
and it's really fun
was
hearing
block.
y'all communicate
Your block
about the
Okay,
strategy too.
We're gonna need the
Yeah, no. Sorry.
block for this one. No, this is fun. Go with that one.
Spicy.
That is
So
spicy.
yeah, we got conveyors now.
Yeah. And you can basically, if you can't ever push something against the direction the conveyor is pointing, but if the way out of the conveyor is blocked, then you can push stuff off it in a different direction.
Sure.
Yeah, and the little conveyors they go red to indicate that I'm not gonna do what I'm saying on me. All right.
It's kind of similar to how conveyors work in Baba Is You. It kind of reminds me of that, and so that's really cool.
And
I've got harm.
yeah, we now have a big
Oh, there's
conveyor
nine.
for these chopping levels where all of the letters will be sent out. You don't have to press any buttons or pick up any cassettes.
Yes. Finally, they've taught the cassowaries. Pants.
Got it. Oh,
I'm curious about
thank
this
you.
with you, Bowden. Do you focus as a single player on one letter at a time,
sorry.
or do you try and build out multiple of them at the same time, depending on how you come across them? Do you just focus
No,
down?
I try to go for one
Yeah.
letter at a time usually. Maybe sometimes if I'm not seeing parts of them and I'm seeing other parts for
You got a mic?
letters that
no,
are
I haven't
already
seen-
out.
Oh, there we go.
I might put them
Just missed it.
down near
I'll get
the
hers,
bottom
yeah.
part, but usually I'll try to
Please.
do one
Yeah.
letter at a time.
Yeah, because what we see is available now is there's 3 different letters. Now we've got past the first parchment, so you don't have to just work to one or work to the first one. You can click between them and just pause one and get onto another one. But what you'll see is they're focusing down one at a time at the moment, and then sending it off immediately. I
remember Ludiker actually did all of the letters first and then sent them out all 4 at once.
Yeah, that's
the interesting thing about that is that you then get potentially cassowary locked is what I call it, because they're on a cycle. We need 4.
Four is top right.
But these is actually not that big of a problem for the cycle. It doesn't lose you any time. They come back pretty quick on these, I think.
So you can lose a second or two, because Kurtel and I used to do it that exact same way as well, and we've had to switch to doing the one at a time when we're finished. When we're at a convenient time, both of us near the toaster, because it's not much, but it is a little bit quicker.
Yeah, it's
the other thing that you risk.
You have a few pieces.
Oh my goodness! Okay. How to
there is a potential soft lock if you don't toast things well. I can't remember exactly what its conditions are, but
well, we don't want to find those out.
Yes, so we don't want to find it out and run. Definitely not.
I think if things hit the toaster at the same time, then you won't eject the lettuce. Yeah.
I'm sure this is an actual machine, by the way, and not actually just a jury-rigged toaster. I'm sure there's a proper thing that does this sort of thing. I just don't think any of us know the name of it.
Well, I mean, it's clearly a toaster here.
I want to believe it's a toaster they just turned into a letter shooting machine.
Hey.
I've got everything.
Okay, I just need to remember the postcodes.
Yeah, it's off my shelf.
If you jump, it'll fall faster.
Oh, I always forget. I could have caught that for you.
Yeah, I could have just waited on that. Anyway.
That's a really nice quirk.
Absolutely lovely RNG here on the box lids.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Wow.
Yeah. There's a fun quirk on this level, which we'll see just after they send this and go on to them. So you can only actually push the parcels along the conveyor belt from left to right. So what you'll see is Alicat just did that at the top left with the aquarium. Is push it when it's on the top one, because then it has to go from right to left, and you can't speed it up along the conveyor belt there.
That is
and then has to wait for the barrel to fall down to the lower layer before shoving it along to the right, because you can only push them that one way on this level. I'm not sure why that's the case.
Well, every other level, there's only one direction the conveyor goes. It always goes left to right. So it's probably just a coding assumption of if it's moving left to right, then it's on a conveyor and you can shove it. I'm not articulating that very well, but I'm convinced I'm right.
I think you're probably right. I hadn't considered that. But you're right. The conveyor belts only go the one way. I hadn't thought about that.
Every level apart from this one.
You can grab this. Grab the postcode. There we go.
Cool. Okay, we're gonna miss it. Yeah, so we'll grab this one.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. I did it a little as well.
So you get a bit cycle locked on this one because things go through the chutes and then they'll teleport somewhere else. Mine?
Oh, yeah, I think. Yes. Sorry. I was like, hang on.
There I did
it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Another interesting part about this one is the packages that go down to the south. The animation for them to finish actually
just
takes a little longer.
Just fraction of a second, but you can feel it when you go up to between things where it's like, I'm going to print a speculative postcode. Oh, and I'm still waiting. So yeah.
All right, so the keyboard has now decided to just turn things up to 11.
Yes, in Windsor actually they added you can fail stuff by not going fast enough.
I see. You got the timers. Yeah.
Yeah.
For every individual word.
Yeah.
And we have hot
also
chocolate, which is important. Hot chocolate.
It's based on the length of the word as well. So if you have a phrase that begins with I, it will tick down that much faster than it would as you see the second phrase here begins with snowman. So the most efficient way, obviously, is to do a whole phrase in one go and then go on to the second one, and it won't actually give us the second the next set of dual phrases
You get
until
UI.
we've done
Yeah,
both
L's
of them.
also right.
Yeah, I
So
see.
fine, yep.
But it can be quite tricky. Obviously, you have to finish one
You
phrase
get-
and you've got
Yeah.
I ticking away really, really fast on the other one.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult
Left,
to do
I-
a whole sentence casually before.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, this one
Switching
is
to the
like
other one.
on a first run through the game, like just playing casually. This level is going to absolutely like
Left.
end friendships.
I
Yeah,
don't
you see
think it was that bad.
we won't use it probably, but there's the little double arrow, sort of like repeat button. You see just above the send button where we send each phrase in,
Right.
just in the middle of the screen, and that's what we
Sorry.
do to swap between phrases. So if you're doing this casually, definitely recommend doing like one word on one phrase, then or maybe two, and then swapping to the other phrase and getting a bit of progress there
Right side.
before you time out.
Yeah, there is a level coming up
Here we
where
go.
we might
Huge
see a
footprint.
switch, but
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
we'll
Yep.
see.
Or I hope not.
Yeah.
We're
Okay.
praying, always praying for good RNG on
And I.
the
Yep.
Tinker track.
Okay, I got it.
Sorry.
You're good,
There
you're
we go.
good.
I
Yep,
got some
cool.
tea.
There we go. That's found a huge footprint.
Yeah.
So I hope we get the other Yeti related
Yeah.
phrase later.
Oh boy.
It's fine. I think that actually went pretty well.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean we're well into winter now. So what happens in winter? The festive season.
Yet another reason why this is not Australia or New Zealand. Bacon is its own place. Personally, I think it's Canada.
Oh, yeah. It is an original setting.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
they've said it's not based specifically on anywhere. We're gonna do some unsanitary baking.
Yeah, they're good. We're fine. I trust.
Chocolate straw.
I'll bring a
Straw, please. I'll get this. Oh, no. Oh,
Yeah,
very
you got
nice.
this.
Thank you.
Okay, got all the dough. Both
And
types
you've got
of
two
berries.
sets of dough. So we've got sugar dough or chocolate dough, and then we've got the three toppings. We've got the
I'm
gooseberries,
leaving cookie there.
the strawberries,
Take
and
it.
the chocolate.
Lots of stalks
Yep. Need one more dough.
on it. If you get the stomps. Oh, no, I can do that.
Sorry, you got this. I
did in fact get it.
You got it. You
Holy
got it.
moly.
You got
Okay,
it.
yeah.
And we've
get it
got
just
the
in
four
time?
cycle.
Oh, that was very clutch.
All right, I'm leading.
Yep. Man, it's weird having me do the catch up here.
Oh, that felt good.
That's a really good time.
We're off to this
Let's
one.
high five. Yes.
Yes.
Nice.
That's a great time.
Wow.
I don't think that's our PB, but
No, I don't
that's
think so.
so
but it's
damn
very-
close.
That level is
It's-
hugely cycle based.
Nice job. Yeah,
It's
that
not
looks
your-
great.
Your records are 106.02, so that's within
Yeah.
a second, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
Wow.
incredibly
We'll take it.
impressive.
Ribbon.
Extremely impressive.
Because if you don't hit that 4 cycle, you'll be losing at least 5 seconds, if not more, there.
Yeah.
So
also,
that's huge.
we should start talking about this level pretty quick because it's gonna be over in like 10 seconds.
No.
So, this is parts and crafts. You have to finish 4 of these faces. There's only 2 constellations they can be in, and they just finished that in 26 seconds. That's pretty normal.
No, we haven't been doing that in run lately. But when we first started speedrunning
yeah,
this,
that was-
like it was sort of like, oh, I have to write down what all the faces. There are actually reference cards of what the faces are meant to be, and I'll be like writing down what is the combination, and eventually
Look for Y.
It's got right. I got I. Eventually we worked out L's bottom.
Yep. Yep. I was going to come
yeah.
outside.
Yeah, we worked out that there were only 2 combinations for that. L is right. Yep.
Oh, T just swapped.
Okay. Bottom right, and then top mid for E.
Yep. And D's bottom left, bottom left.
Sorry, this is the brain melty one that we were talking about. So whatever I was saying earlier, forget it. We're busy now. I got B.
Okay, I got L,
so ba-
A.
Just quickly, I can just whip in there and
Yeah.
quickly cover it. So there's 2 different things on parts and crafts. They found Adicat and found out that there were only 2 scenario. So if you saw one, you instantly knew
sorry.
what the other three were, what parts they needed to make
got
it.
it.
And they've made it a
Nice.
specialty of theirs. And their world record is now at 21.59 seconds. And I think for gold, I think you need about a minute or so. It's roughly there or thereabouts to get a gold medal on this.
And is right side to the track. Oh, it's gone.
Oh, sorry.
And I think on
Oh no, it's fine. Yeah.
I think on my
Oh, it switched. Yeah, do the other one.
I think on my first playthrough, like that, it was the hardest gold medal to get. It felt to get sub 1 minute was really difficult on that, and then they've blown it away.
He moved on me.
Yeah, we definitely think you could do sub 20 seconds on that one. So it's watch this space; it will happen eventually.
Oh, I don't know, but yes, it's possible. Like,
I'll get you.
looking T. Yep.
Yeah, as you can hear, there's a lot of
Yeah.
Don't see you. Sorry. Wow, I should have had that.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay, N.
Top right.
Thank you. And I see O.
Yeah. What blows me away about
Yes.
this one is like watching Bowden play it. It's like
Yeah, I know.
really the advantage of having
One brain faster than two.
Yeah. Oh, you're right
as
on
you
it.
can
You're
hear,
right on it.
there's a lot of
E is top mid,
Yeah.
but Z I have not seen. Looking.
It's me. It's Frozen.
Yeah. There we go. Got
it
E.
is you.
There we
And
go.
top right.
It's me.
I got it.
Yeah.
I can't
Okay.
believe I'm in KeyWe. This is
So-
incredible.
Oh goodness.
Okay, we
That-
made it. Okay.
That's below average but acceptable time for us.
Yeah.
The world record for that level, I actually can't remember, but it's less than 1 minute 30.
Is it?
Wow.
That's wild.
Yeah, I think that's a Bowden record. I think that's a special.
Yeah, I think it is. It's
Bowden's got
Multiplayer
faster
world
than
record I think
multiplayer.
might not have been pushed that good, but gosh.
Yeah, that's one of the things where, like, if you're really good at, like, no,
Sorry,
that's
we'll just
fine.
have to do the
We'll
extra
do it,
route.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's
I'll
more
take care of that one.
Oh, I can do it. It's fine.
I've got the green letter.
Okay. I will find Sid and Jimbo. I got Jimbo. We gotta get the one out
I
too.
think Sid's also right side.
Okay, that's fine. I reckon it's the purple one.
Yeah.
I completely understand why you rewrapped that in red, but I was really hoping you'd show off the unwrap feature.
Oh yeah, it is. Oh,
That's the one.
Oops.
Oh, you got that. Anyway, so that's
My
fine.
bad. Yes. So those little brass horns. You see one on either side. I'm just gonna do this. The
Fine. I gotta
super
swap the right one.
basic
Swap-
way.
Oh shucks.
That's
Yeah.
alright.
If you do
No
the south,
worries.
do the
Yeah.
south. The two rather. Do
Yeah.
the two.
South.
Oh yeah. I was right. I'm like, okay, and this is the one, right? So I'm just gonna. Oh, we lost someone.
Oh, that's not us.
Oh, we've lost
North-
Bowden.
north
No.
Okay, North can go in.
Yeah.
This one's just slow because we. This is a coordination thing of like we don't know what the other person wants to do, so we're just gonna mess it up. Oh, whoops.
No, that's fine.
No, this is the south.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah,
it would have
it's
been.
fine. It's fine. Okay. Good.
Yeah. I've got Hickory. I don't know where Marla is.
I also do not know where Marlo is, but I'm thinking it's on the left based on length of.
Yeah.
Yeah, this parcel setup is particularly difficult. This is the worst one
We
you
got
can
the
get on
nine.
We
this.
didn't do it very well, but even if you do it well, it's a huge time loss.
I'm just gonna do the right puzzle.
There must be a way to, do it better. I cannot be bothered
Under
basically to put the
pressure,
time
yeah.
into figuring it out because it's just not worth
All
the
right,
time.
I'm gonna go for
I
the
believe.
thing. All right, got it.
Yeah.
Oh,
fetch Florina.
nice.
I've been doing so
on
bad
the
at
right.
that lately.
Oh, have you already
I'll
got?
block this.
Oh, you're right. Well, you'd preset it. I'm sorry, that's my bad. I'd forgotten that.
We're both
that
going to
was
hit
a
this.
thing.
Yeah. So there are some glitches you can do with the conveyors.
There are also some soft blocks you can do with the conveyors and the wrapping.
Oh yes, that happens
It's
too.
possible to spawn more boxes than can be accepted. You can get 6 boxes.
Oh
in
yeah, that's
play.
only ever happened once. I think a bit flipped somewhere. I don't know. That was weird.
And you
Yeah.
you can stack boxes on the same square as well. And that can
Yes.
yeah,
happen,
if they end up
so-
in the same square, then they will soft lock. Yeah.
They just constantly get stuck colliding with themselves.
Cool.
Okay, I've got the U.
Yeah. This one's chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Literally.
quite a nice level because it's got set times that the phrases will come out to you in. So you've got the first two here, the green and the red, and then we're going to get the purple and the orange, which you choose. You select
Go
by
for the orange.
pressing down, depressing the buttons in the middle there. But the other phrases will only come out on a certain
actually,
time cycle.
Top right.
I got, yeah, you go look at the. I've moved to the left.
Okay, got it.
I got N.
E's right, top right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so like,
And
and thank you.
We found Bowden again. Welcome back, Bowden, from Internet
Yay.
Land. Yay!
So, yeah, the next couple sentences are gonna come out in 25 seconds, so we have a little bit of downtime.
so weirdly enough, this is basically an auto scroller, even though thematically everything's very urgent. We've got to send these emergency messages, but
Yeah, we can just chill.
I've got the musical cue memorized.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So when it
Because
comes
you're
down
always
to
on the buttons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
when you're doing the trying to get the best time on this level, it's really only the last phrase that matters. And obviously you're looking for a shorter phrase than the others, but also quite good RNG on the letters about how they're spread out. It's not the easiest one to grind for that, because when ultimately most of the things don't matter and it only matters what the last phrase is, you spend a lot of time getting to that point.
Oh, lovely.
That's actually cool.
That's a huge improvement.
All right.
That's fair.
What's the last phrase going to
Alright.
be? Fine. Oh,
Could be worse.
could be worse.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Sorry.
Oh, T's bottom left.
Yep. Top
Top
mid.
mid, if you go for it.
Yep.
Oh, top mid, P.
Yep.
That's okay.
That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay. So yeah, this is the final act, really.
Yeah, there's a blizzard coming.
Yeah. And so all the remaining levels are essentially emergency themed.
Yeah. We're just getting everything, so like we're sending out the emergency messages and making sure that everyone in the region is aware that the blizzard's coming. Bonus is the next one.
Yep.
So this one can be a little bit nasty, especially in single player casually. But we're gonna potentially get some freezing issues. Where's Bridge? I haven't seen
Bridge is
him.
already on.
Oh, thank you.
I was worried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're good, we're good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I should have called. So the cassowaries now, rather than needing fruit, they're just getting all.
Oh yeah, Paul
heat
was
up on hot
talking
cocoa.
about hot chocolate earlier, and we now have nice looking for. Oh, I see poof. I'm coming to you. No.
Oh, well, we got lucky on the freezing. It did no harm at all.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, we've got everything off.
I really like how you guys actually handle this sort of level where you take everything off conveyor belts that can freeze over.
Sniffing indie.
Oh, yeah.
But as you can see here, it does get a bit chaotic and there are just letter pieces everywhere. There's hardly any spare space.
Okay, fair enough. It's there. It's blue.
Okay, thank you. Good, thank
The
you.
other nice thing that's unique about this one as well is that you see both KeyWes don't have to go to fasten satchel for the cassowaries as well. So you can have one person still working on the letters while the other person just makes sure that
I need to
cocoa
beat
is
this.
there
Yeah.
ready for the
Good one.
cassowaries.
Nice, good one.
Oh, he
Perfect.
fed me too. That's
Yeah.
Oh,
absolutely
that was big. And it's not just the conveyor belts that can get frozen over, the KeyWes can freeze themselves as well. But you can unfreeze quite quickly by tapping, and it's quicker if you're near the KeyWe that has the lantern as well.
That felt good.
Yeah.
That was really good time.
Yeah. I need to switch to claw grip to mash fast. So if I get caught when I'm not expecting it, I really lose my cool.
That's a new
That's a
world
new
record
world
by nearly
record.
4 seconds.
Wow.
Yes.
That was a 152. How?
nice.
We got very good RNG on the phrase.
Yeah, we did. We did.
That was
Cool.
crazy.
Okay, can first. I got first aid.
Cool.
and
Uh,
torch. I can get.
get
Oh,
a
yeah,
can.
I'll get.
Picked up a battery.
That's fine.
Getting a can.
Okay.
This one's semi-cycle based.
Yeah. So again, this is one where the last one matters the most.
What do we got?
Oh, you want me to check it?
Sorry.
Yep.
Okay.
Double water. I got a water.
Got a torch. Oh, look, and another water just spawned right there.
I'll take the water if you get.
Yep.
So I'm not too
Yeah, we want-
stressed that we're losing time here, but it does affect where the packages are going to spawn.
Survivalists.
I've got
Getting radio.
What do we got? I got these positions are
I
terrible.
know.
There's
I'm
a-
getting Latin.
Okay, I'll get the first aid then. Okay, this is maybe a little slower than I'd like, but that's okay. And I have not been tracking what we've had so far. Okay, double bedroll.
As you can hear, at this part of winter as well, everything's getting a bit more fraught in communication here.
I'm just going to see this. Tools for the other one.
Tools, I'll get a can. If you get the lid, please.
You get a lot more backwards and forwards when it comes to co-op, having to make sure you're coordinating your elements.
And I'll
obviously,
send the other one.
Odin doesn't have to do that when doing it
You grab
solo.
the,
but it's still very difficult.
I mean, it doesn't
Okay,
make it
I can't
much
remember.
easier.
Maybe double battery bedroll.
Could be double battery bedroll.
Could be bedroll. No water.
No water.
Have we had digitals?
We haven't had digitals.
It's double battery bedroll.
Cool. Getting bedroll.
Feel strongly about it.
You can see, I know you're right. You can see just from the way they fell. Pretty good.
Yes.
Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah, so you, there are only a finite number of possibilities that can go in the boxes, and sometimes you can cheat your way through because, as Ali was observing, if the required pieces for the future ones don't turn up, you know that that combination can't happen. So this is the final level now.
Yeah, we made it.
Home.
So now that we've told everyone that the blizzard's coming, we need to get the post office actually all nicely packed up. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to save our work colleague, Zoe. It's a little bit frozen over.
She's fine, the arm's moving around.
So we'll just bring her a hammer so she can break herself out of the ice.
She's her on.
And this is really like a medley last level, which showcases a lot of the different elements that we've had throughout the whole run, which is really fun. It makes it really unique and a nice little like summary of where we've been on this adventure throughout the whole time.
We might need to look up some things.
Of course, it also includes the most important element, which is RNG. You can
Get help.
you can get pretty favorable sentence placements for this
There we go,
one.
got it.
There we go. Yeah,
Sorry.
You have to put 10
I should've
sentences in there.
discovered that.
Do one.
That's good one.
Kurt, I
We
actually
try and
discovered
think up a
earlier.
bit without counting, and it sometimes works.
Kurt, I discovered earlier, you don't actually have to split and one of you go on each of those things to knock down the shutter. You can both sit on the left-hand one and jump down on it.
Oh, that's
and it will actually still
faster.
put the shutter down, which is faster because you don't have to run as far back. Yeah.
Wow,
That's
clearly
wild,
we don't
okay.
watch enough runs.
Yeah,
I love when we're learning strats on the fly. This is true cooperation
Just
at
north,
its
right?
finest.
just
Got
north.
it.
Okay, nice. I'll go left button. 2, 1. Now, at the very end of the run,
Don't
there's a
jump in
potential
because
soft
it'll
lock.
stop. Well, not
Yeah.
soft lock, but it'll be vicious. So the cart that we've just turned up in, it'll spawn off screen if you jump at the end of the previous zone.
Which
It's
can be
actually just if
mitigated.
you,
yeah.
But it's
It's
very,
just if
very
you-
tiresome
time.
to fix.
It's
Alright, and
just
time
if you
is coming
map
up
A, though.
when
Yeah.
we
like-
confirm this dialogue.
Yep, so time
Okay.
is coming. Just,
Time.
yeah.
Brilliant.
There we go. Nice.
GG.
Yeah, so we've had, lots of fun being
Yeah.
here on the stream, and especially being able to be on mic with Lithfi and Bowden.
Yeah. Yeah, so, we've got a pretty tight-knit community of people who run this game, and it's really, really great getting a chance to sort of, all get a chance to say how much we like it and why we like it.
Yeah. And share
Yes,
some of
but-
the things. I think marathon runs always, or showcases like this are always the best way to share some knowledge. Like, Lithfi talking about this stuff just then. Like, oh yeah. And we do our best to just note down these things as we find them as well. So that, if you're new and you don't, we have a Discord, we're very welcoming, but if you don't know if you want to step into it yet, the information, we're trying to keep it up on a page. So when we see new people coming, it's motivating to keep it updated. There's some puzzles there, they're not fully filled out, but it's like, oh, well, we know them, we're not going to fill them out. We see new people coming, it's like, oh, I really want to, get that information there. So
Yeah.
we'd love to have you and, around if you like to play this game co-op or single player.
If you'd like to just play this game and experience the wacky post office hijinks,
Yeah, it's great
a very
casually.
fun casual game.
Yeah.
As well, yeah. But yeah,
That was
I think-
awesome. Thank you all so much for being here, showcasing this game.
Yeah.
I know that me and the producer were just talking about how adorable this game is, and y'all's passion for it is so present. So just thank you all so much for being here, showcasing this. I know plenty of people in the chat are also just like, wow, this game looks awesome. So hopefully you'll get a bunch of new KeyWe players and potentially speedrunners, because it's a great showcase.
And I think I saw a question earlier up of like, what platform is it on? It's pretty much on all current systems. We started playing on Switch, and the leaderboard is in-game time. So even though you'll have massive load times, if you want to start speedrunning on Switch, I think it's a great couch co-op game. We're on the couch right now. So love it, you know. You can start on the Switch if you want, or
But it does also have online multiplayer.
Yes.
It's a little bit funky in terms of actually doing it as a full game run, because there's a lot of wrangling back and forth. And Little I can attest that it's obviously it is a time loss you have to put up with.
Yeah, and you can run into desync problems.
Yes.
If you do remote co-op, that can be a real problem.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's definitely a way to play. And again, because we do use in-game timing, the menu stuff doesn't matter, you know, if you're comparing your run against someone else.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for having us. The sun is now up.
Yes.
And we have a week to start soon. So I don't think I've got any more shout outs or plugs to go, but if Lithify, Bowden, if you've got anything more you want to say, now's the time.
Just to jump in quickly there, I'll say thank you very much for having us on as a commentator for this. Really grateful for that. It's been really exciting. I hope everyone's enjoyed the showcase who's been watching as well on this GDQ Hotfix. And also just a note, if you are interested in the game, it's just had its 1 year anniversary as well, which was back on the Wednesday just gone. It's only been out for a little over a year. It's still quite a young game, and obviously we're still obviously quite a small community. But yeah, please feel free if you want to join us or just check us out. Check us out on speedrun.com and then you'll find the link to the Discord there. But also, as Alicat and Nikos said, if you want to play it casually, it's a really, really fun game for that, and it's just really engaging. So yeah, please enjoy it if you do check it out, and thank you very much for watching.
Yeah. Exactly the same for me, really. I don't have anything big to add. Just wanted to shout out everyone who's been pushing this game and helping us all stay motivated to keep playing, keep discovering stuff.
Yeah,
thanks so much for having us.
And best wishes to our intrepid runners for coming up next.
We're super excited for It Takes Two. It's going to be so much fun. Thank you all so much. We are going to go to a quick break, but don't go anywhere. We have more co-op Animal Fun speedruns to go. So as we were saying, we have It Takes Two coming up next. Before we head on to break, just a reminder that if you came in halfway through the run and you want to see the whole thing, the video is going to be available on the Games Done Quick YouTube. So be on the lookout for that. It should be up within the next couple of days. But we're going to head to a break and be back with more It's Dangerous to Go Alone quite soon. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to It's Dangerous to Go Alone, our every other Sunday Hotfix show celebrating cooperative speedruns. We just had an adorable and wonderful run of KeyWe, and now we have a run of It Takes Two coming up, which I'm very, very excited to see. We have two games released in the same year, but drastically different mechanics, and we're going to have a great time. Before we jump into that, just want to say that your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel help support our weekly Hotfix content. So please consider subscribing if you enjoy these shows. It would really, really help us out, and we would super appreciate it. And, if you happen to be watching this on YouTube, come on over to twitch.tv/gamesdonequick. We have live content every single day, starting weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern and weekends at 1 p.m. Eastern. This week is a bit different. Tomorrow, Hotfix is taking off for Labor Day, but we'll be back Tuesday at 7 p.m. for random number generation, randomizers, followed by aimbot, which is first-person shooters. But with that said, I'm so excited to get ready to see our second co-op run of the day. We have It Takes Two with Glint, and it's by Tez. How are y'all doing?
We're doing pretty good.
Great.
Oh, we're squishing. We're squishing. I like it.
So yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm Glint, and I'm being joined by Bites today, actually.
Yeah.
I cannot. I did not pronounce that right. I am so sorry.
It's all good.
Yeah, so I'll be playing May, which is the character on the left-hand side of your screen. And
I'll be playing Cody.
Yeah. And we're also joined by Lemura, who's another member of our community who will be doing commentary.
hello. That's me.
This Lamura.
Awesome. Are we ready to jump right into this awesome game?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions about it before we start, Court?
I
seen
don't
the
think
game?
so. I think I've never seen the full run of this, but I know this game was like very positively reviewed. It's a fantastic game, and I was so happy to see it in the mainstream as like a co-op game. So I'm sure as we get into it, I'll have some great questions as we're rolling.
This is a very exciting 3D platformer. So, very excited to show it off. Ready, Bites?
I am ready.
All right. So this is It Takes Two. It's a game that is mostly a 3D platformer, but you're going to see a glitch.
Oh, has the timer started, by the way?
Oh, it has, yeah. I have fun doing that.
Okay,
But
cool.
we're going to do one of the very few glitches in the run, right at the beginning here. Hopefully he got it. He did. By picking up and dropping the fuse and resetting from checkpoint, we can duplicate one of the fuses right at the beginning and skip most of the puzzling in the first subchapter, and that's the first subchapter done. Now it's a lot of gameplay, so we're just going to hand off commentary to Lem to explain most of the movement and general mechanics of the game while we do platforming and stuff.
Yeah, so the movement system in It Takes Two is actually pretty complex. The main form of movement that we are going to be seeing is dashes and time dashes. The time dashes being whenever you see like a gust of wind coming off of them when they're dashing, they get like a tiny bit of extra speed boost. Other than that, you have your classic jump, double jump ability, and you have stuff like slide jumps that's going to give you more height, and you go further, you get some more speed off of that. And everything, all of the different movement stuff have their place in the run. There is like frog jumps, which we are going to be seeing a bit of here and there. Did I miss anything?
Not really, no. Basically, lots of movement stuff, very cool movement stuff. We just climbed an entire wall out of bounds to skip like all the regular platforming in this stage. And now we got to get rid of our old vacuum because it's causing problems for us. It's a little gruesome, but you know.
It's fine.
You have to do, yeah.
You know,
It's also
I was actually really impressive that we both got that comment. It's very rare
we
that we
did.
both get there.
No, normally it's a good time to explain that this game kind of has a bit of a catch-up mechanic with checkpoints, but we actually both made it, which is a nice little bit of time save, and then also looks really cool when both people make it all the way up.
Yeah. So yeah, for this boss, we switched to 30 FPS for this last interaction here. Just makes the mashing a little bit faster. We're gonna switch back to 120 after we get to the next level. Vacuum boss dead.
Oh,
Not dead, but you know. Oh,
went to dev menu by accident.
Menuing
Classic.
is the hardest part of any speedrun. It is the law.
This is very true.
Yeah.
This is why I play May and not Cody, because Cody has to do way more menuing.
a little bit. Just a few menu graphic switches. You know, making sure we get everything together. Oh.
So
I got it.
the checkpoints in most of these levels and a lot of levels, but particularly Shed, all of the later ones are usually active from the
very
beginning.
nice. Also, I don't know if any of you play this game casually, but the toolbox is dead now. So it happens that
That's
the
a boss.
hitbox is active in an area, so this is a very well-paced Shed right now.
This is backpack. We're gonna go backwards to the last checkpoint. The last rail is not active. Ooh! This camera is not nice back here. It's all good.
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna get this
Very
trigger
nice.
right here, activates the last rail, and we're able to get to the end of the level here without having to solve any of the puzzles or anything. Rail that we go through the tunnel, but that is the Shed.
Yeah. That
This
is
movement
the-
is beautiful to watch. Wow.
Yeah.
It's really
That
good
is
flow.
the fastest anyone has ever done Shed in a full game before, which is crazy, but we'll take those.
I don't even have my time up.
Let's open. That was a 330 shed.
Oh my goodness. Now this is fresh air, some more platforming. Really good flow that goes on like first 10 minutes of the run RTA, but also like the actual gauntlet of getting a run through, and we just kind of breezed by that pretty fast.
Yeah, that was fast.
Yeah.
This is very fast. I have a question from chat. How much more broken is this run than a few months ago?
Very.
So,
It has changed a bit since the GDQ appearance, yeah.
Yeah, in GDQ, that's what got Lemon to this community, which because of that, we saved about, what was it, 4 minutes now? Since then? Maybe a little more. Yeah. Thanks to Lem finding 2 skips that break the game almost entirely. As well as
an underappreciated fact about GDQ is introducing new people to new speed games and having them break them even more than they are already.
That's the best part. It's like, wait, that was cool. I'm going to do that. And new people don't know what has or hasn't been done. And it's just like, oh, by the way, this happened. And you're like, huh? You sure? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And we all just learn together. It's beautiful.
Let's see out here. Yeah, there's a lot of out of bounds movement here. So
Yeah.
might not be able to see that much, but this is actually the first instance of a minigame warp game. That was Tug of War. We barely saw the banner, so we're able to minigame warp to it, and it catches up pretty much every checkpoint up to this area. So now we have a save. If we were to go through this totally out of bounds, that save would not be active unless we were there. Right, that's a little unfortunate for me that I got the jump stick, but it's fine.
Oh, yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, we'll see minigame warps a few more times throughout the run. But usually the minigames are active pretty early on in the level. So whenever you discover them, they do show up in the minigame menu. And whenever you travel to it, it's, yeah. You can just progress from there.
Oh,
Nice try.
all good. So what I'm doing here is I'm gonna be clipping through this wall here. Well, I'm gonna attempt to clip through this wall using a rail on the other side. Not very nice right now. I have to put my FPS at really low 30, being able to interact a little bit longer to that rail on the other side. And Glenn was just waiting on the other side of the end trigger of the level, and I just caught up all the checkpoints to that point. So we're just able to get to the next sub-chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Bytes didn't get that checkpoint, the game wouldn't actually do anything when Glint would hit it. It would just void them. They would just be falling forever.
This is another bit of movement getting to an out-of-bounds area, because very end trigger of this section of the level is active for some reason, which is very good. It skips pretty much a big chunk of area. That's good.
Wow.
That checkpoint, very nice and clean.
We love to see that. We love to see just, I will go to the end of the level. How do you feel about that? Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much the gauntlet of the run done so far. This is like a good cool down section, boating, just taking the view inside this tree that there's an ocean inside of here. Some larva.
Pretty interesting tree.
Yeah.
It's like a whole lake in it.
Should have had a fishing mechanic.
This is
Yeah.
true.
This would
It's
have
not
been
a
10
good
out of 10
game.
game.
That's every.
Just had fishing. Actually, we do.
Oh, there is fishing. Yeah, there's fishing in Clocktown.
Okay, 10 out of 10. I take that
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 game. But yeah, like
It's,
Bites mentioned, the first 10 minutes of this game is an absolute gauntlet of platforming and like out of bounds movement. But now we just get to hang out on our little boat and just take nice tight racing lines and kind of hang out. Nice relaxing point of the run.
Yeah, there's no other way for us to get any faster with this The boat is just set at a set speed, and just have to play around the world itself. Hit this angle. Let's get this gate open. Good to go.
Yeah. Is there anything we would have missed talking about in all that chaos? There's some other mechanics that aren't really intended in the game. We call them like false slides and oysters, which is basically just jumping out of a false slide. Or did you talk about those, Len, by chance, or did I just completely?
No,
Okay.
I forgot those.
Basically, in this game, if you slide off of like a steep slanted surface or just a slanted surface in general, some of them will just give you like an absurd amount of speed, and you'll just get sent flying. And if you jump out of those, you can just get sent flying even further. And then sometimes you can just gain a bunch of speed. We've actually used a couple of them in the run already to cross gaps that normally you shouldn't be able to cross. And basically get out of bounds in certain areas or climb higher in certain places to basically complete areas faster than normal, which is pretty awesome. Something you might have noticed that we have in this chapter that we didn't have in the first one is May has a match gun, and Cody has his sap gun in this chapter. This game has a really cool system where in particular chapters, each character will have a different set of abilities. And in this chapter, we have these, and then like in Clock, which is the chapter after this, or Rose's Room in the chapter after this, we'll have different abilities as well. If I get that, nice.
Nice.
Wow.
Just barely? Nice, okay. Yeah.
Sweet. It's really fun to watch. I even as someone who hasn't played this casually, it is kind of easy to see what is just going through the game fast and what is breaking it, which is great.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
for sure.
the main one that broke this game are the slide jumps that we do, because most of the devs did not realize that there are easy to access areas with a slide jump, because they don't even like introduce it until like late game.
Yeah,
very interesting.
it's Snow Globe, I think, so.
Yeah. And here we're just gonna skip a checkpoint
Oh, it's
by
very
activating
fast.
that lantern. You know,
How do the
they're
devs feel
pretty-
about those kind of skips that you all have done? Has there been a lot of patching, or they're like, oh, this is cool?
We've actually had,
mostly the latter
Yay!
no, we've had a very, very good and healthy
relationship.
communication,
devs.
relationship with our dev team. It's actually super cool. When the game first initially came out, we had a couple devs that joined our Discord and actually helped develop the first initial version of our speed tools, which like allow you to kind of like save your position and like warp to your position, and like have the initial one had like infinite jumps that let you kind of like explore the map a little bit, potentially find cool skips. Yeah, it was super duper
That's
cool.
beautiful.
Such a-
I love when devs are so supportive of the speedrun community, because if you think about it, we're going to be the ones playing it for the most hours possible.
Yeah.
So, and telling people to play it years after it comes out. So
for sure.
that's wonderful. The Celeste developers are very similar and encouraging in that same way.
Yeah, shout outs to Maddie. But yeah, no. This is our first break. We could literally AFK for like a minute and a half here, so it's a nice relaxed
Long
time.
auto-scroller here. Remember to hydrate.
Oh, so sounds like a AMA time from the audience. Anything you want to ask our wonderful runners and commentators. This is a really cute little auto scroller, though. Gotta say, I like
We're gonna
it.
hang up.
Catfish here.
Hang up.
We got an
Cosmic
animal.
catfish. We do have an
Does it
animal.
have a name?
I don't know if we ever gave the catfish a name, do we?
We didn't give a name to this one. I don't think we have a name for this or the octopus. We have a name for everything.
Or the octopus, true.
Well, then I think it's chat's time to name it. You know, what nominate some names, please. We can discuss. This is a very beautiful section. The art in this game I really, really enjoy.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I can lock the camera. We can see more of the beautiful scenery here. Look at that.
Yeah.
More catfish out there.
Very nice. Someone has a question. Can you show off color glitch? I don't know what that means, but
Potentially. We shall see.
We could.
okay, cool. What got you two into speedrunning this game? And Skip.
Personally, I initially got into speedrunning back in 2015 with Portal 2 co-op. Kind of just fell in love with the idea of playing speedruns together with somebody else. And after playing this game casually with my initial speedrunning partner, we both got into the speedrun and decided to run the game. And after that, that's my story. Bites, how did you get into running this game?
I got into running this game with my original partner, Exodus, who's a member of the Sly Cooper speedrunning community, which is what I started speedrunning from. But we just played casually, and was like, this shed level is really fun, and I really like the movement of this game, so we're like, let's just speedrun it. We joined the Discord, and thought it was some cool strats, and then just fell in love with the game, and didn't get to play the game with Exodus anymore, and moved on to different partners. Who's Hyper, who's also in the chat. The main person I ran with had record for the first half year.
Yeah,
the game.
We lost him to RuneScape, so they got 7 for our boy in chat.
Incredible. I love co-op speedruns. I think in a way they can be much more chill, which you think would be because you have that other person there with you, and it becomes this kind of push and pull of, oh, I screwed up, let's fix it. You screwed up, let's fix it. Instead of, I think sometimes in solo speedruns, you can get really hard on yourself because that's the only person that screwed up. Or it can get really RNG annoying. So being with someone else, I think, can be really, really fun and relaxing in a way, even though it's like intense. We got some bees.
We do.
Use some
wasps, actually.
Some naughty wasps.
No.
Yeah, they don't like that we're in their tree.
We're in their territory right now. So, lore for this section, since we skip all the cutscenes. Basically, the wasps have taken over the nest, and we have been enlisted by the squirrels to get rid of them because they want their tree back. So they gave us these squirrel tech weapons, which are the match and sap gun, to help get rid of stuff. This is Hector. He really likes nectar. Shot that so late, but I think we're fine.
Be good. He'll be a little late on his jump points.
It's a bit slow, yeah.
Yeah, we love Hector. We love jumping around with him. Yeah. Jumping with Hector is actually a lot faster for this auto scroller here. He's a very, very nice guy.
Yeah.
Giving us a ride to the wasp's nest here. We promised him some nectar.
Yeah.
We love our animal friends.
Yeah.
This is
nectar
great.
is yummy.
Gonna try to avoid taking much damage. You know, protect our animal friend.
No, definitely not.
One interesting thing to mention is that you see that the saving icon shows up a lot here, meaning there's a lot of checkpoints here, but they're all tied to the vehicle that we're riding. They're not tied to May or Cody. So even if we got here out of bounds, we can't like progress the game from any of these checkpoints since we don't get them.
Yeah, you would notice that we skip a lot of stuff because there's always an active checkpoint, but since these are tied to certain different parameters, we're not always able to skip everything. And sometimes we're able to skip cutscenes itself with just a restart cutscene or restart checkpoint. You don't always need to skip them by holding down the button for so long. And this is the Wasp's Queen. This doesn't look like an ordinary wasp. This is actually Squirrel Tech that they gave to a spy that's gone rogue. What we're gonna do now is destroy that with our weapons. We kind of made up our own method to defeating this boss a little bit more efficiently. Within like the last week, Clint and I have been grinding this, making sure that it's always consistent, the same way that we do this. Because each armor piece
is a little
like
higher right now, but
yeah. Each armor piece has individual amounts of health. We're just making sure that each piece, each phase has the less amount of health needed before actually destroying it. Some nice safe spots here because we don't want to play sometimes. We gotta play fast. Get over here.
I mean, if you could choose between stressful and not stressful, I'm gonna sit in the safe zones. Like, it just makes sense. I really love the incorporation of like the rail mechanic into the boss fight here too, because that's very neat.
Oh. I did see someone in chat mention, ask if this game was girlfriend friendly. And I'd say this game was like almost very much designed with the idea of it being someone's almost like first video game. Casually, there's like a lot of things like they introduce you to general video game mechanics and things that like would like be a little bit complicated for the first person, like someone's first time playing a video game. You don't know that people can jump twice and stuff like that, so they do a very, very good job of introducing concepts and stuff like that to new players. Yeah, just not enough, but that should be... Ooh, now I can. Oh, okay, interesting. I didn't even see that piece of sap, but we'll take those, I guess.
It's hanging by a thread now.
Yeah.
Making sure I sap everything around here.
Oh, I landed on the sword.
Good.
That's unfortunate.
That's the wasp queen gone.
We'll
get to see who it was. Who was in that armor?
There's
Bumblebee.
It's the little bumblebee. All right. This skip has changed since the game's last appearance on GDQ. Before we had to fly through this entire section and kind of flip through something near the end, but now it's attempt to clip in a little bit earlier.
It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah,
we'll get it this time.
I believe. But basically, before you, this is like a pretty intense section where you would fly through. Like May has to turn around, like shoot some stuff. We're getting chased by squirrels because they realized that we betrayed them. But instead, we just get a clip out of bounds and fly in a straight line for like 2 minutes straight.
Oh, we're just gonna go over here. Do you like that?
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
So,
one little hole.
Yeah, one little hole. We're gonna clip out of this box in a second here. Look at that, bam.
And then this entire box is an entire tree.
I see.
Yeah,
Wow.
we were in there. It's an interesting little void of a garden here. Wonder how they actually got a house.
There is a faster way to clip out instead of going through the window, but it abuses the recoil function on the plane to clip out of bounds, and it's not reliable. But it would save another like 5 seconds, but it's not worth going for in a full game run.
Yeah. Yeah, normally we'd just be flying around down a whole
this
tube.
Is very relaxing compared to how intense this normally is, especially casually. So you might notice if you play casually, very far off in the distance there is the house out in the distance, and this subchapter ends by you kind of like flying towards it. Normally you'd be thinking like, why aren't we just flying towards it right now? It's the same kind of thing that we've been doing in the other stages where we have to get a checkpoint near the end. So there's a checkpoint like right around here that's before the end of the chapter. And this game works in a way that usually towards like the last checkpoint of each subchapter, it will prepare the next level. So right now, the next level actually isn't prepared. So if we went over there and hit the thing, nothing would happen. We wouldn't actually move on to the next subchapter, even though we like hit the triggers. But by hitting this, it prepares the next level. And then if we hit the end trigger of the level, we'll actually progress. It's nice.
Calculated level skipping.
Yeah. nice relaxing point in the game for me. I definitely have taken 1 or 2 bathroom breaks during this section of the run.
It's true.
Gotta find the time. I mean, it's
Exactly.
nice. I like speedruns that have a bit of an up and down like this, of where it can be really intense, but then you get like pretty much a mandated break, especially in a run that's almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
for sure.
There's the shed! Oh, and our house!
If that's the shed and the house.
Yeah. The shed's like over here somewhere.
Yeah. You want to show off the
Not sure
thing
why
for a
not.
bit?
This is a funny glitch here.
We showed this
So-
off in AGDQ. But I just find it
Yeah.
really funny.
So normally this would put you in a cutscene and like stop letting you control the plane, but you can still control the plane in this cutscene for some reason, which is really funny. You can just fly it around.
Oh my gosh! Don't mind me, just flying through your cutscene.
Exactly. Perfect.
That is the tree. Onto Rose's room where you get to see all our animal friends. Firstly is Moon Baboon, which is what the toy Rose is holding just now.
Messy
Moon
though.
Baboon is one of Rose's favorite toys that May gave her as a gift. But there's something that he doesn't recognize us because we're toys that Rose made herself.
On the other side. The
Even though
gate is
May and Cody are
locked
trying to convince
by
him that
something.
they are May and
There it
Cody,
is, by some kind
the
of
real world,
force.
from the toys.
A video game.
Maybe
You gotta hack his system
Enter password.
with this Atari game.
Yeah.
Something to do with hacking.
Oh no, he's
I guess some of
oh god.
Hacking would be way more complicated.
Some of you might be wondering, why are we dolls in the first place? So the premise of this game is May and Cody are actually in the process of getting a divorce. And Rose, our daughter, really does not want that to
Let's
happen.
find a way out of here.
So
Next time, can you
he
not
prayed to the Book of Love gods and basically turned us into dolls. And now we are in the process of working out our relationship and trying to figure things out,
Like you
work things out a little bit,
threatened to hurt Rose.
see if we can make things work
Hurting Rose.
by going through the game and figuring stuff out. So, okay,
This section has changed a lot since the run at GDQ. This is the new spaced out skip. This is one of the ones that I was able to find. And it saves like 3 minutes. Turns out
Yeah.
that the UFO for the fight with Moon Baboon is always loaded. And with Cody just flying out here, you find this light and you go there and you get a checkpoint and we should be there.
yeah. And this skips
There's a
like
seed there.
all of the beginning section and like a majority of the boss fight. This is like near the end of the boss fight.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, and
Good.
good, we got decent RNG here too, which is nice.
Direct hit.
Yeah, there's very few parts of this run that has RNG elements to it. This is one of the first, I'd say.
Yeah, one of the
think
first
three
significant
of
ones. This, yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, you can manipulate the first instance of RNG in this fight, but after that, it's kind of just movements on his own whim to kind of fly around and do as he please.
That's one of our animal friends taken care of.
Yeah. He's fine. He's fine.
We love.
Yeah, you
we
didn't
love
watch the
animals.
cutscene. He actually told us
He's
that we
fine.
can go help our daughter. Okay, he's
Yeah.
completely all right.
Okay, I take this as law. I take this as law.
You have to buy a replacement later.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just get her a replacement.
Now we're in a
It's
hopscotch
time for a new
land.
Well, I actually thought she'd outgrown the elephant.
On our way to Cutie the Elephant's
Lately,
kingdom
she's gotten attached to it again.
to
I don't know why.
request
Well,
to get Rose to cry.
Yeah.
Not gonna tell you why yet. But we need some tears.
We need some tears. I'm gonna turn us back because we don't want to be dolls no more.
I'm gonna go out of bounds here. Using the rails, we can get out here, skip a big majority of the chapter here where there's classrooms. We had to solve puzzles. We just get to a mini game.
This chapter sucked. You saw one a bit earlier, but that is definitely the first instance of a pretty major minigame warp. So we talked about how like checkpoints affect the game's progression and stuff. And normally, depending on the chapter, sometimes it requires you to collect them in order. The cool thing about this game is that a lot of the chapters were actually worked on by different design teams. So they actually work a little bit differently in terms of their backend. But Roses is pretty like, you got to get this chapter or this checkpoint and then this checkpoint and this checkpoint, unless you do something to like advance something like a scripted thing. So like this example, what we just did using the elevator is a very scripted thing that is supposed to put us in a section of the level. So it does. But in the cases of chapters like this, if there's a mini game available, we can actually use that mini game and then warp to it to advance the checkpoints to a nearby area. And usually that will save time. There's a very significant minigame warp that will happen later in the game. And if you play this game casually, you'll notice that it'll save a silly amount of time.
Lots of stuff going on in this level that we don't really get to explain because it goes so fast.
Yeah. No, I died so early.
You skipped the last tube that would do this kind of sequence. It's pretty flashy in here. I forgot to also mention that. Sorry for anyone who's sensitive to
some flashing color.
But it's almost over.
Not too bad, thankfully.
Keep it together, Code.
Pretty late warning, but gone. This is one of those sections where they didn't really think slide jumps would be that useful.
Yeah, you can just kind of skip through the whole section.
Through this entire puzzle of turning the tower, the kaleidoscope, to help our partners out.
You know, sub 3.
Now this is an interesting glitch. So Cody has a faster pickup and drop down animations. So leaving this for me to do, I'm gonna interact with both of these slots with one doll, and it's just gonna trigger the wire key. And I can also use the same doll to conduct our rail car here. So that skips using 2 different dolls that we would have to traverse to. And
well, they're dinosaurs.
The next section here.
Any good co-op game is required to have a minecart like section like this. So this is officially a good co-op game. Congratulations, It Takes Two. You did it.
Nice.
Oh my gosh, I love these dinosaur friends. I'm obsessed.
Yeah. They're very cute.
Yeah.
Here, I'm gonna grab these blocks for Clint. He's gonna bump these bumpers to flip blocks that I have to help him get through here. Leaving some gaps just for the lines. And an interesting glitch that happens here is that they do not have collision when they're falling. So he just goes right through the block and just flips everything else that we need, and we're good to go for the rest of this level. And the good thing is we don't really need to do anything else after this, since that activates this lever here, or this block here. I can just raise it up, and it makes last lever active here.
Nice.
More slide jump shenanigans. Very nice. That last block is not active until we get that checkpoint that Clint went through with the pterodactyl. Otherwise, we would have been able to do that very early on.
All right, boat time.
More boats.
Ooh.
I love
Is our next animal friend. The
can see him
octopus.
peeking
We do
over
not
the
have a
wall
name
there.
for him, but he is a pirate.
Octopus
Good
pirate? There was an octopus in the last game in KeyWe, and for Halloween it also dressed up as a pirate. This is beautiful. The sink.
They could be best friends.
They're so cute. Oh my gosh.
Unfortunately, we are their enemies, so they have to
You know,
How spiky
it
they are,
happens.
okay?
It
be
happens.
eliminated. They don't like us. They look so angry. So
They just
cute,
faint
but
like in
they're so angry.
Pokemon. They'll be back.
Yeah. They have tiny cannons right next to them. Like, who doesn't know?
Yeah. So cute, all cute little hats on.
Skip some cutscenes. This scripted combat section. Gotta blow up the boats. They'll be fine. I wonder how they have this much water in Rose's room.
This is true. He
They have like a tiny pool.
has like a pool in a room. Kind of nice.
And some penguins. We're animal friends.
Yes. Hello, Hyper.
Hello, Hyper.
Penguins.
Straight into the icebox now.
Hey, little fellas.
I really like the terrain of like you got the blocks, but it's also ice cubes and the textures in
Yeah.
this game are excellent.
No, for sure. I would definitely recommend anyone that hasn't played this game casually to do it. We are skipping so much of this game. And it is like an absolute... There's a reason it won Game of the Year last year. It is so good.
It is.
Honestly, probably the best co-op game that I've ever played. So I recommend anyone that likes co-op games to definitely play it.
Yeah, I think me and my best friend have to play this together. Like we learned the speedrun to keep talking and nobody explodes together, which was so much fun. And I think just playing this casually and then maybe even learning it would be really fun because it just looks like a really good game.
For sure.
It's working. Keep firing.
This is the octopus.
Oh, I missed 2. No.
Oh.
Probably didn't get 2 cycle.
No.
We'll see though. Pray. Maybe?
Well, they moved.
The boat, yeah, the
moved
boat
a
turned,
little,
so maybe not.
But there is
I believe.
a fast cycle, as we call it, like 2 cycle, where the octopus will flip us over only twice. But it seems that we might not be able to show that off in this run. Get some cheeky shots, maybe.
Maybe not. It's one of those things that's like annoyingly precise. We're probably going to be like 1 cannon shot off at the end here. But there's always a chance that we might get it.
Gotta boot the nose.
Okay. Now I'm starting to feel sick too.
Oh, just one shot off, yeah.
Close.
Yeah, you have to be
Okay.
insanely precise in basically every phase. Oh, this works out. So there's a small skip we can do to save a bit of time here by shooting the tentacle that would normally flip us here.
There it is. A little rough, but all good.
It'll happen.
Are you gonna show off the color glitch?
We could. We're gonna have to go
How's-
through Bird's Star, though. We're gonna do that.
This is kind of like that haunted house.
We get to menu
Yeah.
through.
Find me.
You were so scared.
We'll see. It is a speed run after all.
That's true.
It takes time.
But we survived.
It does.
For the fans.
For the fans.
Okay, but before we get there, the fans need to pick colors for us to be.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay,
like that.
chat. What are the colors? What are
Pick
the
like
options?
it's gotta be like a primary color, like a good
Look at the sea.
green. Actually, I guess there's like a pink that you can be. Pink's not too bad. The
Purple,
yellow.
blue, yellow.
How much time does chat have to pick? I'll take notes of which one wins.
They have a decent amount of time.
It's right after this
subcap-
level.
Yeah, so they have like a minute.
All right,
or so.
well, all right, get your colors in.
I went so late. I'll be there in time though. It's fine.
Yeah. Fun fact about this, the top player doesn't have to move at all. I have to do all
Yeah.
the work here as Cody.
Steady.
You know,
Yeah, he's working so
unicycle
hard.
things. Oh my goodness. There we go.
If it's any help, the first 5 people have all said different colors. 6 have all said different colors.
All right, well,
We have 2 pinks though. Oh, we got more pinks. Okay,
Okay.
okay.
I'm gonna
What's
do
the
here is
second
a little
most
death
voted
mark
for color here?
I'm definitely a pink fan, gotta say.
Lem, do you want a color?
We can go for pink.
We're going double pink.
Because the thing is, whatever May has on her color also affects the tools that we have.
Oh, cool.
Cody, the track's
And
ready.
Cody is just his own thing.
I never finished building.
I'll just
Yeah,
set up
see-
we get Bird Star and
Yeah, so we have to get Burst Star, finish the sub chapter, then come back, do the thing, and then, right? Yeah, okay.
yeah.
Wow.
These birds, they like to dance. We're not gonna mess with them just yet.
It's not bad, Cody.
We can just do this, actually.
Yeah.
On the fly routing,
We've got this
everyone
big
loves it.
crane here. I'm sure it could be useful for this gate.
There's the castle gate. Up there. I'm going for a strike with this baby.
This wrecking ball looks so much fun. It's great.
Hey, May, I got an
And we gotta knock down the wall.
Forward.
Go bowling.
Well,
We gotta
the
knock on the
best
door.
thing to do is
She
knock
won't
on
hear
the
us.
front door.
So we gotta take things in our own hands.
Yeah, there's the elephant up there. I want to say hello
It's
to
cutie.
Cutie.
Hello.
Okay, we can probably do it here,
in.
right? Because that's where the split is. So,
Yeah.
mini games, Bird Star.
Got it.
Okay, you got it. Nice.
Looks like pink and blue are our top contestants here.
Where are
So
we?
I
Oh,
guess
we are here.
Oh, yeah.
So May goes pink and Cody goes blue.
That's good.
Do that.
Oh, look at all the colours to choose from.
It's more of a purple.
Yeah, it is a bit more of a purple, but it's, you know, a violet as the thing indicates.
Right,
Are you
3,
covered?
2, 1.
Good.
Just continue playing.
yeah.
We'll get it.
Oh, true.
There you go.
Oh,
Cody's now blue.
he's got blue pants on.
I love it.
Nice one.
This section is super cool casually, but it just turns out that we can go out of bounds.
You're welcome.
So, you got this. Let's go.
I forgot to get my
Yeah.
controller.
Yeah.
It's very awkward
Whoa.
on keyboard. So yeah, now we're out of
definitely,
bounds.
definitely not supposed to be out here, but gotta do the cool way.
So this is like they changed the genre to like a top-down like dungeon crawler
Yeah.
kind of looking thing. That's so cool.
This game does every genre of game is in this game.
Yeah.
It's so awesome.
Like in Tree, we skipped it, but it turns into a fighting game for a little bit. It was very interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of things that makes this game a little bit more unique. Having
That wants to crash us.
more elements in the game than you would expect.
Why did you buy that creepy toy for Rose?
I will echo the fact that this game is amazing and that everyone should play it, at least casually. It's so good.
Hey, good chill.
You're all toast. Is this a dead end?
Yeah, we're getting chased by a doll, by the way. We're not able to see it because we.
Oh,
Oh, there it is. Oh no! And she's gone.
Oh, crap. Forgot about the immortal troll.
This is pretty much kind of like
Something big
how
and scary.
Hector was, you know, the beetle from the tree, where he kind of takes aggro on different characters that walk across him.
That's it. Destroyed the other gate.
So we just kind of take turns breaking these chains so the center opens. We get to take care of our friend here. Still don't have a name for him either, actually. The troll.
Y'all got. I feel like that's got to be priority number one. Stop looking
Yeah.
for skips. You need to
Find
name
names.
every single animal friend in this run, or animal enemy, but all of the above.
Good riddance, troll.
Nice.
That section looked really cool. That was neat. That was neat.
We got a little bit more of it. the chess fight. This is again probably the next big section of RNG in the run. The king will always chase the players, but the queen will go wherever she may please, like completely
Like
across
that,
the map,
yeah.
which is
The fun thing is that they share the same amount of or the same health. So no matter what, if you do damage to one, you do damage to the other. So if we try to stack them together, it kind of shreds the health a little faster. So the best case scenario is having them pretty much 2 squares away from each other, allowing us to use our abilities more efficiently. And this is the section we've been alluding to. Cutie the elephant. She's stuck in the crane game. We gotta save her.
we gotta save her. She's stuck in the
her
crane
out.
game.
Oh no,
Oh no,
she's
look
stuck.
at the
She's stuck in the
Elmo.
hatch.
Elmo's
Get her
eating
out.
her. Elmo's eating her arm. Quick, get her out. Oh no!
No,
Don't worry, we can patch that up. We can patch that up. It'll be fine. It'll be
We
fine.
gotta take her to the hospital.
We gotta take her to the hospital.
Go! We gotta get her to the edge
Yeah,
of the
the hospital's at the edge of the bookshelf, guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
Come on.
Now it's
Brendo.
drag her
Prepare
across. She can't walk.
Copy pasta. Yeah, there it is.
So there it is.
Friends are supposed to help each other.
Hidden behind a veneer of cuteness and dictatorship, the queen monitors her people through surveillance that extends into space. Manipulates her people with a facade of being a cute elephant while executing and torturing her political opponents. At the very end, when the revolution catches up with her, this chat's moving. I can't read it. She's pleading this fake persona to save her own life while being completely unfeeling to the thousands that perished in her dungeon.
No.
No, don't worry. It's the hospital. The
her
hospital's down here. It's fine.
Okay, fair enough.
Gotta take the expressway down there.
Yeah. Don't worry. Just some little motivational push. You'll be fine.
Be free.
Wow.
It's okay, she's safe now.
Yep.
Just safe now.
So safe. We're good. We're good. Gonna believe in that fantasy.
Got some scary music, but that was from our practice.
Now we're in a clock.
Why do we need to follow those wooden dolls?
Said we have
Clock
to
is
And
cool.
May gets probably the coolest ability in this game. Most broken ability, at least. May gets Clone, which she can use to gain extra height and get places that you're really not supposed to be. Be very apparent just a little bit later in the run, but
Yeah, we're just out of bounds here, so I just triggered the dolls that are pretty much the perimeter of getting to the next area. Clock
Alright.
10.
this has also changed. Lem found a skip here too.
Yes. This one seems like 40 seconds?
Yep.
Something
like
around
that,
that, right? And it only works because of Hell Tower here. The cutscene here is unskippable, but it conveniently gives your characters invulnerability, so we can just fall through the water, which you would normally die when touching. And that lets us just move out of bounds. So we're gonna go get some birds, and then we're gonna fly back, and we're gonna get out of bounds with the birds,
Wow, that's
and then we're gonna go
Kidding.
finish a tower.
The fun thing about this is that there's a lot more out of bounds to this than just the beginning here. But it's gonna look really
Yeah.
interesting
About to
after
get
we
some
get our
cool
birds here.
birds now.
That's good.
that clock
That's
tower.
a desync thing. It might show that Clint is skipping the cutscene on his screen, but on my screen, since I am the host, that is most important part.
Yeah, but they're made of metal.
That we both skip the cutscene together.
I'm trapped.
Yeah.
Never been trapped there before. That's interesting.
So
Now we get the birds in
normally,
his belt.
yeah,
Out of bound
normally,
birds.
Oh,
Normally you would go to the
I
towers
see
and
what you did
finish.
there. Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
The
Are
reason
the
we can't
barrel
enter
rolls
the
just for
towers normally,
funsies, or do they do something?
it's just a dash.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
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 Do it
So
to go
you
fast.
do go faster. Yeah.
So they do. They look cool and they go fast. That's a win.
Look at that tower! We might be able to...
This area is stunning. I really like it.
Yeah. The clock area is probably one of the prettiest looking sections in the game.
Now you gotta hit the cycle.
You do.
You might
Yeah,
be
when
thinking,
you-
why aren't we going out of bounds again? Well, it doesn't work the same way on this tower.
Yeah, there's these big volumes around the left one that like forces your bird to fly up. On the other side, it was just convenient that it wasn't as high. Or as low down, I mean.
You just skip a puzzle here by using the slide jump ability. We both have. So,
Yeah.
again, another spot that the devs did not realize that you could jump large gaps like that.
You can do.
And we break this last barrier. Big bubble. Get these dolls in place.
Look! That weird bubble is gone!
Alright. I'm aiming to get only Cody on this platform. And we did it.
Go! The tiniest amount of time save.
Cody's cool.
He is cool. So you might have remembered me mentioning that May's ability in this subchapter, or chapter I should say, is very good. I'm going to be doing a skip that only May can do because of Clone in this next subchapter. We call it Bull Skip. Normally, you'd be collecting a bunch of keys, and then you'd have to fight a bull. But instead, we can basically go grab an interactable a little bit after that by using May's movement to basically save a bunch of time. It's very cool.
We also get to do something cool here.
Yeah, can we grind on the key for Caboose?
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Double
Nice.
grind. Oh.
I didn't go back. I did the one.
Yeah. The next animal friend of the game is a bull. His name is Wallace.
Yeah.
Wallace,
We don't-
I love it.
We don't get to see him until the end of the skip.
Yeah, we see him for a fraction of a second.
He's a very
Talk
mean
about being-
bull.
Yeah, talk about pretty, by the way. This section's gorgeous.
So pretty.
I used to have this as my wallpaper on my desktop.
That's awesome.
Okay, full skip time. Concentration time.
Yeah, this skip went through a lot of phases in development of the community, mainly from Big Man. But we found out we can get out of bounds here, and we didn't know what to do with it because we didn't know that all of this area that Clint's going through right now was solid. We just knew we can get to the bottom platforms. We just didn't know that we could use these. We didn't know how to use May's ability efficiently for the speed, pretty much, which allows us to get this last clone. There's an invisible wall in there, and there's
There he
Wallace.
is, Wallace.
Wow.
Bye, Wallace.
Hello.
Bye, Wallace.
Hi, Wallace.
Goodbye.
That
Great
skips getting 2 keys. That there's a statue in the center of that room that I was just in that would have one key turn him and the other key turn his sword to open the boss room with Wallace inside of it. But you just skip both of those rooms and the boss room entirely. And skip a lot of walking around, or walking down a long hallway where we just were with that wall jump there. It's very nice. The lever just happens to do that. And this is
Bites? No. No bites.
Come in.
He's trapped.
Stuck.
Me neither.
Having May stand out here by basically there's like a wall that extends to either side of the door that triggers both characters being inside the room. So we just send Cody in there most of the time, and then have May just kind of trigger it, and then stand out here because it counts as a safe spot. So if Cody were to die here any amount of times as he'd like, it wouldn't matter. The next checkpoint is tied to whether the elevator rises all the way up. So we can just like kind of use this as like an AFK section, which is kind of nice to drink some water, hydrate a little bit.
Very nice. And I think we're approaching our first. We're gonna have the break after this level, right?
Oh, we can have it
level?
after this big stage. There's like there's one more sub chapter, but it's like not much longer. So I think it's probably about when is my split for this? About 6 minutes from now.
Sounds good to me.
Maybe a bit more than that. No, 6 minutes from now. Yeah.
That'll be perfect.
Yeah. We'll let you know.
Just waiting for the elevator.
Now we have fast ropes coming up.
Should I try for zero cycle?
We can go for it, right? There's there's fast ropes and then there's zero cycle. Zero cycle is insanely difficult. Imagine resetting from checkpoint. That could not be me.
Zero cycle.
There's a.
Is this ledge? Oh, okay.
Oh, so close. Basically, there's there's a swinging platform at the end of this that if you're quick enough, you can make the cycle that it's on here right now and swing over, going all the way to the end. If not, you would have to wait for the arm again, which wastes like, let's see, like probably like 5-10 seconds, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
One for the fans. Nice.
Jumping on that slide is risky. Because you know, too much speed grabbing the talons here.
Good die. We don't have a name for the bird either. We have no names for all our animal friends, dude.
It's a mama bird.
I hope when y'all y'all hop off of this, you go in the Discord. We have urgent business for the moderators to attend to.
Gotta name everything.
Exactly.
I think every runner has gone through the phase on that ramp where they think that it's faster to jump down and then try it and then they die and then they know why they jumped it.
Sometimes you gotta mess around and find out, and then you find out.
True. Yeah, in this section, either of us can die. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, there's no. This looks like a boss fight. It's not. It's not a boss fight. It's a survival section that you can die in and nothing happens. So.
Get taken to the bird dungeon here.
Yes.
This is the clock.
Oh, he's not moving. Why aren't you moving?
It was the RCP.
Oh, he was lagging.
Am I?
You went. You know, you're fine now. You went super speed mode for a second there.
That was funny.
I was charging up.
Yeah, he was charging.
Supersonic mode. If I'm wearing.
That'll happen sometimes if your desync gets kind of bad.
There's been a few runs that have died from the servers acting up, our internet.
EA, how dare you?
It's not a direct connect. It's just EA providing us these servers. Check this out. I'm gonna checkpoint right here.
Oh, nice. That's right. This quote-unquote boss fight is just a bunch of auto-scrollers back to back. Yeah.
We just survive this long fall because this clock is just bullying us.
Mm-hmm. If any of you are fans of TASs, well, there isn't an ITT TAS, but we do have a segmented run. And Good Noise, one of our runners, did a really like acrobatic part of this section because normally all you're doing is falling. But Good Noise is actually someone that plays this game solo co-op sometimes. So he'll play both characters at the same time, and he just like did some nice twirls in here and made it look really nice. So I'd at least look up that section of the segmented run. It's very, very funny to watch. He goes through all the tight gaps.
It was a big community effort to get that segmented run ready for the anniversary of the game.
Yeah, we had a nice anniversary event. It's very exciting. One? Or plus other platforms.
Alright.
Well, here we are.
Didn't work out.
I'll do the
what I was attempting to do is break 2 of these clocks with 1 bomb. But it's very hard to do since we are playing online. And it's just really hard to determine the actual timing. This is Glenn's favorite part.
Yeah. Best sound effect in the entire game.
Wow.
Beautiful explosion.
Yeah.
That's a really nice high fidelity.
A little bit of slow-mo action.
Shout out to the sound designers, actually. Did a fantastic job with this game.
It's so critical to the immersion of a game like this, and yeah,
I think this is too high.
fantastic.
You need to have it furthermore? Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
God. Yeah, what we're to do here is a death warp. Bring in. There we go.
All the way up top.
Farther
here.
along.
You might notice that like I'm in slow motion here, so doing all the normal platforming is pretty slow. So we can skip a section of it by kind of grabbing onto a wall that we're not supposed to be able to hit yet. And then dying and then death warping to the top of it.
I'm looking at chat and they're correcting us. It's actually good no one say.
That is true.
The chat. And this will be the end of the clock.
Okay, and then this will be break time. Should probably give you a little bit more of a heads up on that, but we do have
We're good.
we have a couple. Yeah. We have
Our
couple-
you know, the producer just messaged me, so it's perfect timing. Actually, it's incredible.
Nice, yeah.
So the
Yeah,
once you
basically-
can pause, head to the just head to the menu and pause, and we'll pause the timer on our end as well.
Yeah, for sure. So basically, after this cutscene, like right here, we can go to the menu.
Yep.
Bang.
Bang! All right, fantastic. Well, it's been a great run so far. Really, really enjoying it. I hope all of you in chat are as well. We're going to be pausing the run for a little bit, have a break, let our runners get up, stretch, so you all in the audience can as well. But don't worry, we'll be back with the second half of the run just in a little bit. And, Hotfix is going to continue, every single day at 7 p.m. Eastern on the weekdays, at 1 p.m. Eastern on the weekends, with the exception of tomorrow. We'll be back on Tuesday. So thank you all for, being here, watching, enjoying Hotfix. We're going to see the second half of It Takes Two shortly after a little break. Hello, Hotfix viewers. Welcome back to It's Dangerous to Go Alone. We have the second half of our wonderful It Takes Two run. Before we get back into that, be sure to check out our highlights channel, which features standout moments from our Hotfix shows, like some of the incredible skips we've seen here today might show up there. You can do !highlights in Twitch chat to learn more about that. All right, I think let's keep going with this awesome It Takes Two run. Are y'all ready to jump back in? Want to briefly say who everyone is and get back into it?
Yeah, for sure. I'm Glint. I'll be playing May, who's the character on the left-hand of your screen, and I'm joined by Bites.
Hello, I'm Cody on the right-hand side of the screen. Literally right hand.
Yeah, look at it. He's the doll right there. And then we're also joined by Lemura on commentary.
No, I'm Dr. Hakim.
Yeah, true. Okay, this time I won't forget to give a countdown on the timer. Okay? So, on go. 3, 2, 1, go.
It should be straight to gameplay, so... Yeah.
We just finished the clock tower, and now we're in this beautiful snowy zone.
Yes.
Maybe we can warm up somewhere inside along the way.
So yeah, this introduces another one of the movement tech that we have, which is called Snuggle Slide, which what you saw us do is we did a slide jump on top of the tree tip, where we held crouch before we jumped, and as we dashed into the top of the tree, it allows us to get a slide jump over some invisible walls, allowing us to skip to the end here, where there's another 2-player checkpoint that we just skip the entire section here.
I'm pretty sure from what I remember, the shed, the first stage in this area, and this stage were also made by the same designers, so you'll see a lot of go to the last checkpoint in the thing, warp to that checkpoint, and then keep doing from there.
Yeah. Ring the bells to break the ice.
Really?
There's some really nice movement that comes out from Winter Village here. Skip. The main objective of this is that we have to bring these bell towers that are they're lit up. But we just completely ignore them.
There's one over there.
Get to Mama Turtle here.
Looks like there are 3 bell towers.
Also doesn't have a name.
Get started.
They were so bad at naming our animals.
Yeah. You see them so little that we don't get to name them, but we see them so much. It's so
Nice.
weird. we don't see them enough.
But hi turtle, bye turtle.
This level is interesting though, because Bite is now hitting this trigger that's right here.
I definitely just ignored it.
And it just... I don't know why it's there, but it lets you interact with the bobsleds. And there's nothing like underneath the ground where you would hit it inbounds either, so it's kind of just like a random trigger out of bounds that conveniently lets you progress the game.
It also changes the music. So that's a good
Nice.
indicator of when you know when you get it. And we got
Also,
some
chat is
bobsleds.
talking about how visible the colors are here, and I agree. That looks really good.
And the colors
they're
are based
all-
off the light source. So if we're in the shadow area, then we're not going to be able to see it. But because it's so bright out here, it just it's a lot more vibrant. Very nice. Well, I didn't get anything, but what it's attempting is to get out of bounds here and slightly makes things a little faster for the bobsleds. But other than that, nothing else really to gain. I can catch up with Glint by going upside down and not touching a single boost.
Yeah, little Mario Kart rubber banding.
You can actually get out of bounds with the bobsleds at the very beginning, and it is possible to hit the trigger that progresses you into the next tunnel, but it's so hard to control them when they're out of bounds.
Yeah.
Because they really want to follow the track.
Oh, he's bumping me.
I don't know what to do here. I've never been this close.
I think you're gonna end up in front of me because I linked us before we got here, so I'll head over to the right here, give you some space.
And we're inside a whale. Also, another animal friend.
Yeah, animal friend.
I always
So
forget
many
every time we get
animal
in here.
It's beautiful.
He's gutted and put boost at the end of his rear end. We're able to ride our bobsleds across. Very, very gruesome. But
Yeah, this section,
that's
this
really-
game gets a little interesting sometimes.
Here we're gonna split up.
You're gonna split up.
Very fun. Getting 2 different checkpoints. Glint is gonna go away. That goes out of bounds underwater. I'm gonna take these rails. Get to another section here.
I've never dived this deep before.
Do something what we call rail storage, where we dash.
Where's the lighthouse?
Oh, there it is.
Close by.
Oh, we got it.
Got
That's
it.
crazy.
Dash and cancel out of the rail.
Wow.
And it stores speed every time you grab the rail back. So I was able to get enough stacks. Usually about 4 is the lucky number there. Getting enough speed to go above that wall.
Oh, I'm falling.
This one? I didn't count.
4, I think, right?
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
counting.
I didn't count.
No.
I was gonna wait until you get in the room. Push this one. Okay.
Yeah, so it was the next one.
And jump.
I
Oh, you
landed.
just landed. Alright, all good.
Hey, it's working.
Jumped a
We have to
little early.
we have to make sure we hit the button last, because that's the one that sets our checkpoint down here. If you hit the other one last, you end up where that spinning thing was.
And our next animal friend.
Turn on the lights.
Pipes probably lead to the
We actually have
Lenny.
a name for.
Yeah, this is one of the first names.
What is the name?
Lenny.
Lenny.
Or,
Lenny, I
short.
like it.
That's a big fish.
The full name is Lennyetta.
I found the
Yeah,
bridge.
we found it at GDQ. This is actually a female anglerfish, so adapted it a little bit.
I mean, if this one didn't have a name, I feel like it'd be so easy to just say Nemo. Like, come on, that was gonna be a
Nemo.
freebie. But you had a name already. You came prepared. This is a really
Lenny's
cool
very
section.
scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're trying to repair these pipes as the locals here manufacture candy canes. We have to repair all 3 of their pipes for the production lines to go back to
I don't know where they're shipping their candy canes to, but we gotta fix their candy cane pipes.
to this lighthouse. And for this last one, we don't have to actually turn. We just restart the checkpoint, and it takes us back to the hub. Because for some reason, that pipe is only active. I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. It's from when we're far away enough that it just triggers its cutscene, and because we restarted the checkpoint, we're far away enough, and we skipped the
Great to be
cutscene
above the ground again.
because of the save. So it's just like a lot of overlapping things that happen in that sequence.
Awesome.
We're
A fun-
finding the lighthouse.
Yeah, a fun thing about this subchapter is that it's actually a lot faster to do this specifically on console, because they have a console exclusive skip. They can just skip to the top of this tower and push the buttons, and they load into the next level. On PC, you have to do everything that they just did to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And that comes into play with how levels are prepared and loaded into memory. On weaker consoles like PS4 and stuff, they're not able to load the next level into memory, so they just tie it to the button instead.
Immediately out of bounds. Classic
Pretty
RPG
slopes.
gameplay for you right there.
Out of bounds, and Casualty was supposed to be riding down this mountain in our ice skates, but instead we like to go a little freestyle here. We slide down.
This is some like double black diamond action. Off-roading.
Yeah, would you rather go ice skating down a mountain or slide your butt down a mountain like this?
Right. It's an easy choice.
Yeah.
Jump some crazy gaps.
The reason we're doing this is that there is another checkpoint that is active in the middle of this subchapter where nothing is loaded, as you can see. But because this is a 2-player checkpoint, you can get the save, load everything back, and it also loads.
No, I didn't get ice fall.
We didn't get ice. Good. Here's the save. I don't know how we didn't get ice there. Usually
Yeah,
we
it's
do get
crazy.
ice skates, but
Yeah, you fall slightly faster with ice skates, so I'm very surprised that we both didn't get. Oh, I died. Okay.
I don't know if I get this thing.
Can you believe?
I got it.
Yeah.
Alright, what we did there was the rail storage I had from earlier. It's still stored between all these chapters. Or these sub-chapters.
Fine.
So, with the speed I had before, I'm able to skip a cutscene that's unskippable. And death warp to a later part. And also skipping another corner cut that doesn't destroy the rest of this very nice ice that we have here. I'm gonna hit this death warp spot for Blint. So they catch up. And we're getting to the end together. Because this last checkpoint is a 2-player checkpoint. Just ride the flags and we're good to go.
That was a really cool section. I mean, every section in this, I'm like, oh, that was sick. And then it just becomes an entire speedrun of everything being sick.
Yeah.
This is really cool.
This run is fantastic.
Interesting gimmick to this part is that our magnets can now attract to each other. And using that, we can climb out of bounds again. Skipping what would be going up this hill in a blizzard and finding safe spots within the blizzard, climb up that hill. It's very interesting to watch when it's done on the inbounds run that we have as a category. We call it Unga Bunga strats.
Yeah, you look like a bit of a gorilla going up the hill.
Really good cooperative play that goes on. Yeah, that's the snow globe.
And the great part about this is, like, especially since we're doing so much out of bounds and stuff, if people wanted to play this casually, it's not, we're literally not spoiling a lot of the actual gameplay or the story, which is great.
There's like literally nothing really spoilery about the run, which is kind of cool.
We need to get rid of it.
Here's another snuggle slide there, where we did a slide jump on that wooden plank onto an invisible wall that we can jump to, and now we're out of bounds again. Now we have new abilities for this chapter. Cody can turn into plants if they are watered. Very specific ones, like on that pot over there. If watered by May, who has a hose, Cody can turn into whatever is designated to the plant. And another ability that May has is her scythe, which we'll see in play very soon in other sub-chapters here. But for now, we're catching up all these checkpoints. These are 2-player checkpoints, so we have to be on each one actively, or else they will not. You'll not see that save icon with Dr. Hakim there. Last one, good. So the reason we get those is that we can actually get to the end of the level here without those, but after this last cutscene, we'll just void. So getting all those checkpoints allows us to progress.
Oh, gold.
Always. Nice.
Garden in general is pretty strict about its checkpoints. There are some exceptions, like this level. Because in the middle of this, you would normally be riding another type of vehicle, some spiders. But at the end of it, you're not on the spiders anymore, so we can just go to the end and collect the last checkpoint that you get after the spiders.
Yeah, so now we're out of bounds again.
Haven't heard that one before.
Shout out to the devs for putting all this terrain here. It's really nice of them.
Shout outs to the devs for letting us slide jump.
Yeah, also that. Big shout. I think his name is Oliver, but the movement designer for this game. The movement system in this game is like 10 out of 10.
Stunning.
That's so
Looks
much.
really fluid.
It's very fluid and super fun to play in. It's like one of those like Mario type movement systems where it's just like kind of fun to even just stand in a lobby and move around. All the tools that you're given.
And by the way, in this section, there's supposed to be a lot of water here, which is why we're dying sometimes. Because the water hurt box is always active, but you only die once because it's not there. Very interesting. Yeah, here I'm gonna hit this last checkpoint. Get the save, and we get to the next combat section. So these are
so close.
These can be one cycled with Maze Scythe. Maze Scythe has an interesting property where if you dash and attack in a certain rhythm, it's very random what your attack speed would look like. But it's very random.
I'm gonna go to menu.
So we're not always able to consistently get a one cycle on each of those pods, but it's very possible. We only get to see them about 3 times, so it's not too bad. Not too much time loss either, not getting it. And you get to see they use for hose, water these plant, and I am a cactus. Doing my little...
I love it.
Protect.
I simply will become
needles.
a plant.
Thanks for having my back.
And he has a leaf on his head, which grabs stuff. I wouldn't have been able to actually attack anything with my leaf until this subchapter. Now this is interesting, because this is like kind of more of an impressive out of bounds coming up. It's character specific. May, with her scythe, can climb up slopes like this,
It looks huge.
which allows her to kind of just go
Probably friendly.
I hope you're
anywhere she kind of wants in the next out of bounds,
Do we really have to
which
go in?
Cody cannot do.
Hopefully another way out of
I can just AFK this section and be fine. I don't think I can even help here. But I believe in Gwen. Gwen can do this skill.
Yeah, I've spent a couple hours in this subchapter.
In this subchapter, we are in. What can I say? We're in a mole house. There's lots of
the mole
moles.
The mole butt.
And the reason why there's a sound meter earlier is that we're trying not to wake them up. Because this section here is mainly just all stealth. Kind of turned into Metal Gear for a bit, but also lots of hazards where they just give us a bunch of things that make sounds.
Relax, Cody.
Yeah, talk about this game being 3 game in 1 game. This is now a stealth game.
Yeah, there's these moles. Another animal friend. Just shaking his butt. I'll vibe with the mole. Dance.
What a friend. I love it.
Yeah.
Just chilling. Sometimes you just gotta wiggle, you know?
Gotta let the moves out.
It reminds me of in new Pokemon Snap, there's a Bidoof that just kind of vibes like this. You can hang out with the Bidoof. I love it. That mole's name is Bidoof now. I have decreed.
You just got gnomed. There's a gnome there.
I know.
Oh, it's Papa Jan from the GDQ commentary. Gnoming everyone. Yeah, this whole thing would be a chase sequence with the moles, but with the out of bounds, we just kind of completely ignore that. And we get introduced to our next set of animal friends. Actually, frogs.
Yeah. These ones have names.
Frogs! Oh, I'm a big frog fan.
One of them is named Anton, right? I don't remember the other one.
It's Mary O and Luigi.
Yeah, they have canonical names and community names, okay?
Yeah.
So one of them is a male frog, so we call him Louis G, and then there's a female frog, which we named Mary O.
Yeah.
This
I
is
think-
beautiful.
I think Cody is
I'm stuck in
writing
mouse now.
Mario.
Yeah, and I'm writing Luigi.
So, as you saw in the beginning of this subchapter, frogs can fly. And now we're able to go out of bounds to
Yeah.
the next minigame ward. Very fun. This is Snail Race.
Yes. Oh, I did chapter select again.
Riveting gameplay.
Very nice.
That's a good one.
See if we don't
I
disconnect
think we should
here,
be fine.
because this is
The greenhouse.
a
Now just to
very prone
get up to
area
that
to get
window.
disconnected.
I'm a mushroom. Sweet.
This is one of those sub-chapters where you would have to hit the checkpoints in order, but because of the minigame, let's just get to the end.
Got it! You're doing great as well! Alright, you made it!
Love minigame warps.
Gold. We're gold like everything.
Sorry, better at Garden now.
And we spent this morning before the run practicing garden.
This is a rough chapter. Now I'm a flower.
We were on world record pace yesterday, and I threw to the previous subchapter.
Another wave of them, mate.
The moles.
Look out, mate. More creepy critters.
I'm ready to shred
Oh, so close.
So close.
I'm fed up with all of the creatures, infections.
Oh, I died?
Slammed you.
Fine.
My greenhouse.
That's some desync right there for sure. Definitely look landed on my screen.
all down! Come on!
You might have noticed that we skipped the bottom bit there. That one doesn't need to be watered or have Cody plant anything there. We just need these top two. And then that was, once again, due to the power of slide jumps and being able to interact with stuff over invisible walls. Here I'm gonna pop out a little bit. I'll go to this side. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna overlap the cutscene, breaking both of these pods at the same time.
Let's get rid of the infection.
Wait for Blint here.
Still sharp. Now for the infect.
Go. Now both cutscenes are gonna overlap, and you're gonna see on the right side it'll try to push through. There it
Oh,
is.
there it is. Oh, that's gone.
What a little peek. And it acts as if we watered and planted each of these flower beds.
That's
But we didn't.
down to the last one.
Break this last pod, get to the next boss
Ready as
fight.
you are.
Hey, May. You got some more?
Do any of you in chat are glitch hunters or fancy yourself glitch hunters? There's a bounty on skipping this boss fight. Because no one... The flower is called Joy. The flower does not bring joy. I'm very not joyful right now.
Push it away.
I got it!
It's a very auto-scrollery boss fight.
I'm a tomato.
He is a tomato.
Infected that creature!
Turn into different fruits and veggies and other sorts of planted edible things.
That's all of them. May, give me some water over there.
Like in the back here, might be able to see it.
I'm inside Joy.
Probably not.
We're gonna cut this infection out.
There's a lime there and a potato.
I'm gonna break down the infected part so you can remove it.
It's gonna look a little weird for May's screen after this
it's this RCP, right?
RCP.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look a little
Yeah, Cody-
laggy, but that's totally
Cody,
fine.
yeah, it's just internet desync. But yeah, he does look a little funny.
This is normal.
See that? Joy, we've come to save you.
There is a save spot in this boss fight, which Bites should be in right now, but it's better safe than sorry. We normally just kind of wait to make sure that it actually worked before we both go in there.
Yeah, these things won't kill me.
Ow, I died.
This is why we take safe spots.
Yes, it is.
Get me in here.
Because you're always like, oh, it's going to be fine until it isn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. No, I'm safe.
You let her put out her frustrations with the floor. A little mad.
Yeah. Basically, the idea of the past. Well, I guess like this chapter and the next chapter are going to be Cody and May kind of revisiting and exploring their passions. Cody's passion being gardening. And in the case of this, his garden has been unmaintained after the past while because May didn't really support Cody and his passion. And it has been infested by invasive species that we're trying to get rid of right now.
All the pods that we've been breaking in the past few chapters are corrupting Joy. Since we've pretty much deleted all of them coming to Joy now, she's got a few on herself that we need to hear her of. So Cody turns into Joy, and
I'm going back in for Joy. I think I'm getting through to her.
May just breaks them with her scythe.
Joy, listen to me. I know it hurts, but we're trying to help you.
Ow.
You're strong, Joy.
Okay.
I've never seen that.
Literally like a frame early.
Oh,
We could say that's never happened.
Oh yeah, that has never happened before.
We're making progress.
And yet another break time, but this time there's no safe spots. Nowhere is safe. We got these plates. You can get some good sounds with the drums out of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
It won't break.
Here she comes again!
Just restarting checkpoint there for her to get her drumsticks out.
Oh, drumstick now. Ice cream?
ice cream sounds amazing. Hold on.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's hot outside today. I love some ice cream.
It really is hot. California heat wave is not nice today.
I'm in Florida. I feel that it's very hot here as well.
These are at a fixed pattern. But, sometimes you just want to jump across all the plates.
This boss fight is very long and very scripted, and that's why we'd like to be able to skip it. Right now, there has been a bunch of attempts. Oh, look at him flap his alarms.
Yeah, we got some lag going on with Cody, which is very funny to see just like the segmented movement across the plates.
Oh, there he is.
Oh my.
Yeah, for some reason,
Amazing.
resetting from checkpoint in this area during this boss fight does not make the visuals look too good. But it'll be fixed as soon as we're done with this sub-chapter.
Very good mob manipulation here, May. Sometimes the auto-targeting from Cody can be a little weird because these mobs spawn so close to these trees. But good so far. The last one. So, getting the last bit of corruption on Joy here.
This is it. I can feel us breaking. Please, Joy, just let us do this.
The fight is almost over.
There's still so much to the run.
We got one whole sub-chapter left.
New chapter. The attic.
Okay. I told you earlier that there's one insane minigame warp in this run. It happens to be right at the beginning of Attic. Attic is the one and only chapter that has like a hub world almost that you keep revisiting after you finish one of the sub-chapters. And there's a couple mini-games scattered around it. And if you kind of remember my explanation of how minigame warps work, you might be able to tell what happens. So we're going to get Track Runner here. Go to Track Runner. And that happens to open the exit to the 4th sub-chapter in this area. So we're able to skip 3, or I guess more like 2 entire sub-chapters by doing this skip. This doesn't look like familiar at all.
Surreal, but fun.
I don't know. I've never seen a road
Hey, you know,
made out of rainbow tiles before.
something else.
No, man, never.
Yeah, this is completely new and original
Yeah.
gameplay and aesthetic. And
Yeah,
you know
I-
what? I commend It Takes Two for being for that.
Yeah. No, I could do this.
Yeah, you should die.
Get
Yeah,
a,
you
get
should
a
die.
reference.
Oh, what is that? Oh, I've never seen that before either.
It's a me, Cody.
It's a me, Cody. I know, this game is chock full of video game references, which is great as well. This one being more of the blatant ones, but still very cool nonetheless.
The good thing is, the checkpoint that Clint's about to get to is a one-player checkpoint.
So since I get
There it
this,
is.
I'll be able to catch up to both of us. Normally you'd have to ride on a disco ball here, but find a way of skipping that by just flying down to the bottom of the elevator.
That's our destination. Yeah, there'd be some
That's it.
platforming with the beat of the song. Getting to a disco ball that goes down a whole auto scroller that we had to survive through, but here we just skip that. That's warp to this elevator.
There is a faster way to get down here, where you can do it from almost the beginning. But it requires such absurd amounts of FPS, like 200 plus, to be able to do it, to get the speed required to hit it. So
You hear
It's
that?
been banned.
yeah, it's been banned. We don't want it to be like pay to win.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that are affected by FPS, like how the frogs fly and how Maeve's scythe climbs. This is why we have a level or frame rate cap of 120. Or if you played uncapped, it would just be completely broken. We recently have a unrestricted category in our extensions,
Yes! Let's keep this up!
allowing runners to do those types of things.
Again, every video game genre in existence, we now have a rhythm game.
Yes, I'm in for this.
Also, the soundtrack
Because-
here is really good.
Yeah,
Wow, the crowd was really
this game has an
Switch to-
amazing OST.
We switched to 30 FPS to make all of these modules finish significantly faster. Especially the bottom left one that I did allowed me to do in one input rather than 14 if we were to play on 120. Very silly thing. There's Hakeem. We don't see enough of him in the run.
Yeah, you see him for like 3 seconds or something. This has basically been our guide through the mending our relationship, but again, no cutscenes, no spoilers.
I think we're inside the
We'll never
Isn't
know
the
if
end
the
gonna be
relationship
a-
gets mended. We'll never know.
Wait, what are we
Well, isn't the end gonna be a spoiler?
Yeah, it'll be a spoiler.
Look
so
away.
Close your eyes.
Yeah.
And now we're playing
Yes,
the bonus game of Sonic Heroes. I love it.
Exactly.
We're playing Sonic Riders.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Got our hoverboards here.
I love it.
Some cool tricks going on here. Just jump. You don't need to get all these boosts, but if we hit a wall, and we just lose pretty much all our speed.
Don't hit a wall. It's the big rule of this section.
And to kind of explain what's going to go on in the next subchapter, because it goes on very fast. It's going to be May only, so we're going to be on a full screen. And once we skip the cutscenes, May will be able to ignore the auto-scrolling walking phase and completely break the level by dashing immediately. So we'll get to see that magic happen next.
Alright. Time's going to be coming up in about a minute, by the way.
Nice. We're zooming.
You got this. Go, go, go. Yeah, so normally this is
I fell down.
this is normally just a walking section. Yeah.
I'd be walking like that. There we go.
Here's the end.
Wow.
Yeah, we're coming up.
The time's coming up soon.
Once they kiss. Don't give me a smooch bites. Get over here.
Yeah, as you saw, May just walks very slow because of the cutscenes. You're just off the floor just a tiny bit, allowing you to dash out.
And
time.
What a good place for time, I just gotta say.
yeah.
That's the last player input, so it makes sense.
It is, yeah.
Great run. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pretty good in-game time. The funny bites joke is dead now. He has seen a 129 now. He skipped 129 for the longest time. We got a 129.34 in-game time.
I still don't see it. I don't have my splits
Yeah, he can't
open.
see it. He doesn't have his splits up. It doesn't count.
Yeah, Bites hasn't seen it, so don't worry. But yeah, any shout outs you would like to say? You know, talk about the community where people can learn this run if they're interested.
Yeah, for sure. The community is fantastic. Our community is extremely helpful and is always super welcoming of new runners. If you want to join our community, you can check out our speedrun.com page, which will have links to our Discord along with a couple other resources and links to other runs in there and all our other categories, since 90% isn't the only way to play this game. There's also inbounds and 100%, which are both very, very cool.
Yeah, our speedrun.com page is speedrun.com/ITT.
Yes.
Shout outs to our community, especially the devs, as we mentioned before. They've been a big help.
Yeah, devs are fantastic.
Very
Shout out to
supportive.
Lucas Stuck, Ben Beck.
Lucas.
You all know who you are. And yeah, shout outs to Bites for being a sick co-op partner and Lem for doing commentary. Ford for having us on. So it's been nice to show off the game whenever we get a chance to. So
Absolutely. This was so much fun. I'm glad we got to get this together and see all the amazing animal friends. I loved it.
yes. This is us in our human form, by the way.
May.
We weren't always dolls, as the speedrun might make you think.
Where's Rose?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's basically everything. Check us out, all three of us on Twitch.
Yes, absolutely. Gonna put the runners' Twitches in the chat. Hit up the follows, please.
We do, me and Bites have been pushing the category down quite a bit. We almost got world record yesterday, so if you want to see some more high-level gameplay, check out our streams in the coming days. I'll try to keep pushing the time down quite a bit.
May,
What?
a letter.
Absolutely. Anything else from Bites or Lem?
Dear Mum and Dad,
I think we covered it.
Yeah. Community is great. Devs are great. Yeah.
We love animals.
Yes.
We do love animals.
All of our friends. Thank you to everyone in chat who was also answering questions. You know, I could see that the community was really coming out and excited to be watching and participating in the run. So that was really cool to see. And, you know, no more runs today. This is the conclusion of, you know, we have PB Precipice and It's Dangerous to Go Alone every other Sunday starting at 1. So if you enjoyed the runs you saw today, you know, every other week you can see more amazing co-op speed runs. I believe I potentially have some Pokemon coming up in a few weeks if that's something that interests you. And you can always see the Hotfix schedule at GameStoneQuick.com/Hotfix. But stick around for the raid. We're going to find someone awesome to send all of our love to. And Hotfix will be back on Tuesday with random number generation followed by aimbot 7 p.m. Eastern. So see you then, everyone.